Down, and of course, what a day it has been. It has been quite the dramatic day, quite a somber day as well, for many different reasons. But one of them being that a lot of WWE superstars have been released. The list, I've got it in front of me. It's a lot of names that haven't really broken through and established themselves yet. Not that that really makes much of a difference. Obviously, you know, it's going to suck to see people losing their jobs regardless of if they're established or not. The one that hurts, and, you know I probably shouldn't pick one out, but the one that hurts is Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze, who... he's been around NXT for as long as I've been watching NXT. When the network first started up in like 2014, the UK was a little bit late getting it. I think it started in America and then we got it. I don't even know how long after. It was a good while after. But as soon as we got it, one of the first like weekly shows that you could watch was NXT. Obviously now we've got NXT UK. We've got 205 Live. They've got things like Progress on there as well. So there's a bit more things that have been added. But really, the only thing when it first started was NXT that was on every week. And Tyler Breeze was a big name. He was like one of the big stars. He was someone that was at all the takeovers. He was Prince Pretty. He was never like the top of the card, but if they had a mid-card championship back then, he would have held it. And it was great to see him get called up. Then he got misused. Then he got put in Breezango. Then they misused Breezango. Then he ends up going back to NXT. And now he finds himself getting released. And honestly, I just, it's such a mismanagement of talent. It's just staggering. And you don't need me to tell you that. You lot are fully aware that a lot of these names and people that have been released all year have been badly used. Like, creative has just had nothing for them. They've just really let them down, and there's just really good people that you just can't get your head around why they've been released. I mean, Andrade didn't make any sense. Miro didn't make any sense. And I would add, personally, Tyler Breeze to that list. I was always a fan of his work. I think it comes down to his size, to be honest. I think because he wasn't the biggest of guys, Vince has probably looked at him and gone, that's not what I'm looking for. And I think that's probably gone against him, unfortunately. But he could work, he could wrestle, he could sell. He had a great gimmick with the Prince Pity thing. I think even when he went into Breezango, I thought they were genuinely funny with the fashion files. So... It's another one. It's another one I can't quite get my head around. It's like a Billy Kay all over again. So, yeah, gutted about that. I'll go through the list in case no one's heard. So, Singh brothers, who you might remember used to be with Jinder. They were like his backup. They obviously have gone on to be a bit of a tag team in like 205 Live. There wasn't really doing anything with them. Kind of feel like they were keeping them around if there was going to be a move into the kind of India market, and an even more aggressive move, which I'm sure is coming, but for whatever reason they've decided they just can't afford to keep them around. So Singh brothers have gone. Marina Shafir, who is Roderick Strong's wife. You might remember Marina Shafir is one of the MMA horsewomen. So we had Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir. Last we saw Marina Shafir, I think she hanged it in her notice with Roderick Strong. So now that Roderick Strong's back, I kind of thought that we might see a return of Marina Shafir, but apparently not. News has broken that she's been released today. Arturo Ruas, who I think was in Raw Underground, if I'm right. Arturo Ruas is someone that we haven't seen a great deal of, but I'm pretty sure that he was used in the Raw Underground thing. He's been released. Kurt Stallion, who I know was on 205 Live, and I think was being used on NXT as well. Not a massive name in all fairness, but he's been released. Killian Dane, that's a real surprise. That's another one that they've completely mismanaged. I think he was great in Sanity. I wasn't really into him and Drake Maverick, but what does Drake Maverick do now? Like, he's just lost his tag partner. Obviously, thoughts with Killian Dane. Nikki Cross, I believe they're married, is obviously going to be gutted about this as well. It's just awful. So Killian Dane's gone. August Gray has gone as well, who is another name that I think was in 205 Live, competing quite a bit down there. Fandango went, as well as Tyler Breeze, so both of Breezango have gone. And Fandango, again, you know, beat Jericho at WrestleMania. I think he'd been in the system for, I read, about 14 years. 14 years. Imagine being somewhere for 14 years and then one day just being told, right, that's it, you're done. I mean, it's horrific. This is just horrific. Arya Davari is someone else that's been let go as well. He came through that Cruiserweight Classic. I think he'd also been competing in 205 Live. 205 Live is just decimated tonight. Absolutely decimated. I actually brought up the roster, and I think there's literally about 2 names that are left. There's like next to no one left in 205 Live. Not that that's a problem or of any concern, but I'm just saying. Everrise, I really like these guys. I really like their little show that they did, and they were just a bit of a jobber tag team, but they had potential to be more. I think that's a real shame that Everrise have gone. And the final one, Tony Nese, who'd been around for quite a while. Tony Nese has sadly gone as well. The other one that's been released is Kennis Mobley, who I believe was a female writer, who, I never saw this, but apparently she said she didn't know who Bobby Lashley was, and she didn't really know what the product was. But I don't think they're really looking for wrestling fans when they're hiring writers, because she was a writer. I don't think they're really looking at wrestling fans. I think they're looking for people that are good writers, people that can come up with good stories, people that have done it in Hollywood or done it on TV shows or things like this. So I can't say that I really blame her for not knowing. I mean, it's not her fault if she doesn't know. They hired her and she didn't know. But I think they were embarrassed when it came out that she didn't know. I think they were embarrassed that their writers just do not know the product or do not know the superstars. Now, I don't know if that played a factor or not, but it's also got announced that she'd been released. So, as far as I know, that is the complete list unless anything else happens. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14 names today. 14 names of people that have been released, and 205 Live in particular getting absolutely butchered there. I said on Twitter, and I'm going to say it again. I mean, we can sit here and say they don't know what they're doing, they're idiots, blah, 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 blah. We can say all that. And we're right to say that. But why are they doing it this way? Why are they releasing people just drips at a time? Do you know what I mean? It's like 10 here, 7 there, 14 here, some more there. It's like every single month there's just more that are being released. Just like, why aren't they doing this in one go? Why aren't they doing this in just one go? I mean, I had a theory, and obviously this could be completely wrong, but my theory was, are they doing it because of AEW, right? Are they doing it because they know that if they release, say, 100 people, okay, which is a lot, but honestly, if we go back and add up everyone that's been released, I wouldn't even know what number we're at now. But say if they release 100 people in one go, AEW can sit there and go, right, they've just released these, who do we want? Well, let's go with that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Should we go with those 5? Do you think they're the best 5? And they can sit down, they can have a meeting about it, they can figure out the people they want, they can cherry pick the very best, and they can literally, go down and get the best people that have been released. If WWE do it this way, well, all of a sudden AEW have got to look at a list of, say, 10 and go, do we want any of those? Well, I suppose we could go for those couple. They might add to the roster. So then they take them couple, but then next month another 10. Oh, do we want another couple? Do we want any of those? Well, that one's good. Let's go for that one. Then they take that one. And then next month, another 10. Oh, look, they've released Braun Strowman now. They've released Killian Dane now. They've released Breezango now. Like, do we go for those? And I just wonder, are they just doing it, dropping it, so that AEW becomes a little bit bloated? Are they doing it so that AEW is just spending, just buying up these wrestlers that maybe they wouldn't have gone for if everyone was just released in one go? I don't know. It's just a theory, but I can't quite get my head around why they are doing it this way. I mean, the heartache, the uncertainty. I mean, I can't have been the only one sat there watching this going, who's next? There's more to come, and who's next? I hope it's not such and such. I hope it's not such and such. I saw so many people online saying that, hoping it weren't their favourites. I'd imagine all of the superstars are sat at home nervous as they're seeing this news break, hoping that the phone doesn't ring. I mean, the news broke about Fandango like a good while before the news broke about Tyler Breeze. I think there's a good chance they couldn't get a hold of Tyler Breeze. And then they got a hold of him, and then that's how they were able to confirm Tyler Breeze then. I genuinely think there's wrestlers sat there just hoping the phone doesn't ring. And that's just horrific. You know what I mean? Who wants to be in that situation where you're sitting hoping that your phone doesn't ring because you might be about to lose your job? And I know people could say, well, they could go to Impact, they could go to AEW, they can go to New Japan. At what point is that not an option? At what point have they maxed their budgets? Like, how much money do we realistically think Impact have? How much money do we think AEW have? I mean, look at what AEW's brought in. I mean, if you're getting released now, you need to hope that you've done enough to be on their radar. But not only that, you need to hope they've got a budget. So it's hard. It's tough. We're seeing wrestlers get released that aren't going to those companies. And there'll be names here that don't. There might be some names here that leave wrestling. This could be the end of wrestling for some names. So yeah, you know, it just sucks. Just really sucks. And I keep saying I don't want to see any more. And I keep saying I don't quite get why they're doing it this way. I just think if they'd have done it all in one go, then, you know, we could have had the heartbreak in one go. Everyone would have known where they stood. I'm not saying it would have been any better, but I'm just saying that at least then the WWE superstars aren't sitting there waiting for a dreaded phone call, which is surely what many are right now. So, yeah. What do you say? What do you say? Just rubbish day, innit? Mitchell says, how about instead of firing wrestlers, we fire writers? Well, I mean, they did that as well. And they could do even more. To be honest, there's been some changes behind the scenes. I know departments, certainly the online departments being like merged together. And who knows? I mean, I don't know when this is going to stop. Would it surprise any of us in a few weeks' time there was another load of names? I just don't know. I'm hoping this is it, but I've said that every time. But shout out to you, Mitchell. Hope you are well, bud. Maybe Vince is planning on firing everyone. Yep. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, do you remember last time there was a lot of talk about, they seem to be preparing for a sale and all that kind of stuff. And maybe they are. Maybe this is just ongoing for that. But I don't know. It's just doesn't help, does it? Doesn't make any difference if they are or if they aren't. It's just sucks. Nathaniel said there's currently 4 talents on the 205 roster. Silent Yoshi said, did you know that Tyler was once a tag team champion with Roman? I didn't know that, no. Where was that? Was that in, like, was that FCW or something? WWE is dead at this point, says S. Barnett. Days, there's some people telling Alexa to pick up the phone after WWE started releasing, and some absolutely awful people are telling Bianca to kill herself for fans to shoot her. Just awful. It's mostly Sasha stands. It's just, I don't know, it's just awful people in the world, isn't there? Awful people in the world. I mean, that's just horrific. This is what I'm saying. How awful for WWE superstars. Like, I know they get paid well, and I know, like, some people out there will be like, yeah, you know, There's people going through worse, and I understand this, but still, it's their job, and it's their lives, and it's their livelihood, and imagine just not knowing. Imagine just not knowing, and, literally you're seeing your friends getting released and people that you've known for years. I mean, Tyler Breeze knows everyone. Tyler Breeze was very active on Up, Up, Down, Down. Very active. I mean, didn't he even start his own breakaway thing, left, right, or something? I mean, I don't watch the channel, but every time I've seen a little clip from the show, he's been on it. So he knows them all. That's a big loss. And I'd imagine Fandango as well, and obviously Killian Dane is going to know a lot of people. So, yeah. Tyler Breeze, the only one that had a match against Jushin Liger in WWE. Jim said, I'm sure 2K won't be happy about all these releases. After all, they're wasting their time scanning superstars just to find out they've been released. That's a good point, isn't it? I didn't think about that. Shadow Ninja said, I'm back after a while, not including the Euros. I just got rejected again, and I don't know what to do. Rejected about what, buddy? Rejected, what do you mean? By a partner. Is that what you're referring to? Robin said, Days, according to Fightful, Nick Khan is the reason behind the releases. Poor Triple H probably has zero input in who gets released. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's got very little say. I mean, the only thing I would say is that I'm guessing he has little say. The other thing that might be happening is they might be saying to Triple H, you've got to save $1 million, right? It won't be, but whatever. Yeah, you've got to save $1 million. We've got to save $1 million from NXT and 205 Live. So how are you going to do it? So he might have a say, but then he might not. I have heard that Nick Khan is behind this, yes. Oh, the other thing as well, I just want to say that there is a tour of the UK, and I don't want to forget about that. So September 19th, they're coming to Newcastle. September 20th, they're coming to London. September 21st, they're coming to Cardiff. And September 22nd, they're coming to Glasgow. So if you are in the UK, WWE are doing 4 stops. I would guess I would guess there won't be meet and greets, because I would guess that, I don't know, by September things might be different. But I'm just guessing that they might want to just keep it nice and simple, do the shows and, whatever. So I don't know there's going to be any meet or greets. I haven't seen that confirmed, but right now I suppose I'd be surprised if there was. But come September, who knows? Mitchell said, Days, it's rumoured that there is a draft coming. My predictions would be that Styles goes to SmackDown, Big E goes to Raw, and NXT North American champs get called up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It could be thousands of different moves, couldn't there? With people going in different directions and whatnot. So I don't even know what the roster's going to look like by the time we get there, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, good predictions, but it's not something that I'm necessarily personally thinking about at this stage. Elliot Bishop said, these talents are on old contracts, 3-4 shows a week. It's now 1. It's wrong, but they clearly want to fire and bring some back on cheaper deals, i.e. Joe. I mean, Joe is, to my knowledge, the only one they've done that to yet. And, I mean, we've got to be pushing 50 people that have been released this year. So I'm not sure. That's what they're looking to do, to be honest. I mean, it could be that they're, releasing some people. But have they made a play to bring Braun back? I honestly haven't heard anything. I've not heard that they've made a move to bring him back on a reduced contract or anything like this. And I think Samoa Joe only came back because of Triple H, to be honest. I think Triple H heard that Samoa Joe had been released. and just contacted him immediately. So I don't know. I think they are willing to just let these people go. In a way, you've got to be willing to let these people go, because if you let someone go and you let them out of their contract, there's no guarantee they're going to sign a new one. So you'd have to be willing to, see them go to AEW, because AEW could offer them more money. Days, have you not realised what these budget cuts have been for? It's for Brock and Cena at SummerSlam, because you know what their wages will be like. Sky high. Thoughts? Their wages will be sky high, but I don't think it's for that. I mean, I don't think it's for that, to be honest. I think it's I don't know. It's the truth. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I don't think it's for that, because these are ongoing costs. I think Nick Khan has come in, he's looked at the books, said that WWE is too bloated. This is a respected businessman that Vince has brought in. I think he's very, very quickly won over Vince McMahon. And I think as a result, what he is saying and proposing, I think he's probably, he's done a great deal with Peacock. And Nick Khan now is just the golden boy. So, honestly, I think that this is being driven by Nick Khan. I think that Nick Khan probably feels that WWE are bloated. They might be positioning for a sale. They might be looking to see, could we sell the company? That was a rumor that was around before. I don't know. I mean, I think for fans, it's easy to say, oh, this is for Brock, this is for Cena. But I haven't heard that. And I don't think it would be that. I don't think they'd be letting go 50-odd people just so that... Because this has been going on for a while now. So I don't think they'd be letting go all of these people just to get money for Brock and Cena. So... I'm gonna say no, to be honest. I'm gonna say it's not for that. But who knows? We'll see what comes out over the coming days. Blake says, hopefully Bayley doesn't come out and ask for another title shot. Well, not lots announced for tonight, but we do have a mixed tag match. So we do have Seth and Bayley taking on Bianca and Cesaro. I've also seen there'll be a Roman Reigns title celebration. So we've got that as well. But unless something's been announced in like the past hour or 2 hours, I haven't seen anything else announced for tonight. But normally, in fairness, they do announce stuff around this time as we get a little bit closer. So we'll have to see what the show has got in store. Kristen said, I wonder what this means for Breeze and Up, Up, Down, Down. I know that Jessamine is still a part of Up, Up, Down, Down, but what if Breeze signs with another company? Good point. Don't know. Because I don't quite know who owns. I mean, I think it's Austin Xavier that owns the channel, but it's got heavy connections to WWE, and I don't think they'd want to be promoting a rival company's superstars. So yeah, it's a good point. Are you excited that when fans are back, Jeff Hardy's No More Words theme will return? Nope, I'm not excited. I'm not bothered in the slightest, to be honest. I know that there's people that are, and I know there's people that will, get excited by that, and that's really cool. But it doesn't really do it. It's not something that I'm looking forward to be honest. It won't really do much for me. Cerebral Assassin said it's a business deal. WWE have got shareholders to look out for. And that's, yeah. I must admit, I mean, I am leaning that way. I am leaning that this is a business deal and that Nick Khan is trying to reduce the wage bill. And, WWE were just stockpiling wrestlers when AEW started. And they were doing that because they were just trying to starve AEW of talent. And what AEW had to do was create its own talent. That's where the QT Marshall Academy thing, the Nightmare Academy, has come in. And, we're starting to see people coming out of that. A lot of people coming through that. I think Jade Cargill came out of there. And obviously, Solo has been a part of that. Anthony Ogogo, Comarato has come through there as well. maybe Powerhouse Hobbs. But they have gone to like different academies and different training schools to try and find talent. So WWE just took up as much indie talent as it could, signed it all up. And now, now it's starting to let it go. And I think, as I said, I do just wonder if like the way they're doing it has got something to do with AEW. The fact that they're just releasing it every once a month or something like that. Because I'd imagine there's a few names here that AEW would be interested in. There's some really good wrestlers here, even though some of these names we might not have heard of. Some names here that were decent sized on the indie scene. So I do just wonder about that. Right, let's scroll down. Why aren't you excited? I think it'll bring more energy. I'm just not. I mean, like, won't change his booking. So I just don't think that. I'll be more excited if the creative improves, but changing someone's theme doesn't really do anything for me. It's a good theme, and as I said, I know there's people that are looking forward to it kind of coming back, but I'd be lying to you if I was to say here that I'm bothered. To be honest, I'm not bothered. I want to see better booking. I want to see better shows, and I just don't have much confidence that that's going to improve until we get fans back and until, like, we start building to SummerSlam and whatever. I'm hopeful that Money in the Bank's going to be all right, actually. So I'm hopeful that Money in the Bank's going to be all right. I think that that's quite an exciting pay-per-view, and it's kind of always been seen as like the 5th biggest pay-per-view. Maybe even, above the big 4 for some people. But, so I've got hopes that'll be all right. And then obviously we're, well on the road to SummerSlam. And that should be absolutely massive. So it is getting there. And Raw was a big improvement. And I'm sure tonight's SmackDown's going to be good. So, it is getting there. I think we're definitely on the right path. I just want to see it. Do you know what I mean? I just want to see that better booking, that better creative, those better long-term stories. And who knows, maybe some of them have started now. As we said, I thought that Monday's Raw was much, much better. I am excited for Money in the Bank. I can't wait. Ace Alpha said crowds make WWE. You take that away and you just get Performance Center era, and that really speaks for itself. True. Don says, Money in the Bank is better than Survivor Series. Johnny said, Days, I just saw Fast and Furious 9 and Bad Bunny was in it. James Kenny said, talent comes in all shapes and sizes. Someone could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know how to use it and you don't want to know how to use it, the talent becomes virtually obsolete. True. Nelson said, weird thing is Everrise just signed new contracts. Great Kabuki said, just announced Catering has been released by WWE, and we wish them all the best for their future endeavors. David Robert Wood said, is this because of the pandemic, WWE, why they might be releasing people? Yeah, sure. I mean, the problem with the pandemic is that we know the numbers that WWE are generating. We know they're actually making money right now. They have been losing money on house shows. It costs them more to run house shows than what they make from house shows. And I know that might seem strange, but you've got to know that house show attendances have been in a decline for a while now. And even for TV tapings, do you know what I mean? They have to push everyone round so that it looks full, but the one side, the camera side, is relatively empty. I mean, I was in London, and there was just the whole top section in London just was completely closed off. And not only was the complete top section closed off, but I was sat on the hard cam side, and it was just a complete sea of empty seats. But in front of me, what you could see was, everyone crammed in because they'd pushed everyone around, or they sell those tickets first and whatever. So when it comes, and that's a TV taping, that's Raw, that's, I went to both, that was SmackDown as well. Now, TV is different to house shows, of course. You'd think TV would bring more people out because you might see yourself on TV, whereas house shows you're not going to. Plus, also, you never know what you'll see at TV. Will someone come back? Will there be a call-up? You're not going to get that at a house show. So house show attendances have been even worse. And not only that, the amount of money they have to spend on moving everything around, renting the place, moving everyone around constantly on the road, hotels and travel and, transporting the rings and the ring crew and all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of money. So WWE has actually been doing all right, which is where everyone's scratching their heads, trying to figure out, well, they're doing well. They've been making money, so what's been going on? I'll tell you one of the things. I don't know what's going on with Saudi Arabia. They've obviously not been able to do shows there, and they haven't heard anything else about that deal. And I heard that WWE had got in trouble because apparently there was a collapse with a deal that they never announced. And I don't know what that deal is, right? But I read this not long ago, that there was a deal that collapsed and WWE didn't tell its shareholders, and now there's quite a few shareholders that are taking WWE to court. So even though the numbers we might have seen so far are good, WWE might be looking in the future, knowing that the numbers in the future aren't going to be as great. And so they're taking steps now to ensure that they're reducing their wage bill. So I don't know that it's the pandemic. Could be. But I don't think so. I think there's probably something else going on. Maybe some deals that have fallen through. And I definitely saw an article on that. I think it was just a few days ago. So there could be something to that. Right, we've got about 25 minutes to go. I mean, that has absolutely flown, but I knew we weren't going to struggle with anything to talk about, what with the talent that's been released today and the fact there's a UK tour and everything. I do want to have just a quick look to see if there's been anything more announced for tonight, but I'll get some more of your thoughts. Do you know when I could get tickets to the UK tour? I don't, Hasib. I don't know. I mean, it only got announced today. So what I would say is it's Newcastle, London, Cardiff, and Glasgow. To my knowledge, they haven't announced the actual arenas yet. But if you keep an eye on like WWE UK, then you might start to get some information. But because it's September, you've still got months and months and months. It's only been announced today, so I'd imagine more details will come through soon. But I haven't seen anything else other than that. No bad Saudi shows. That's been the best thing about the pandemic. Planet Dan ASMR said the roster is so bloated that this was always going to happen. But it's a problem of their own making. They shouldn't have hoarded the talent in the first place. Karma has finally got them. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I think they locked everyone down, I believe, because of AEW. And, they were trying to make sure that they just couldn't get together like a really good roster. They were trying to make it as hard for them as possible. And I think now that AEW is kind of using its budget and is, it's probably got a bit of money in there if it needed to pick someone up. I mean, we've seen them pick up a few people. I can't imagine that Mark Henry and Big Show were all that cheap, or Christian was all that cheap, or Andrade was all that cheap, or, before that, Miro as well, and the list goes on. But they don't have an endless supply of money, AEW. So I think that now WWE are looking at it and just, releasing people now with a bit more confidence. It's not going to make any impact to AEW. I could be completely wrong with that, but I just think that WWE were hoarding wrestlers because of AEW, and I think now they're at the point where they've got to start letting them go, and I still think AEW is kind of in their thinking. James Kenny said, I just saw a video on Instagram with Rick Boogs drinking a whole bottle of syrup. Amazing. Dylan said, do you think we'll find out who Roman could be fighting at Money in the Bank tonight? We could. I don't know that we will. He has got a title celebration, and I'm pretty sure someone's going to interrupt it. But is the person interrupting going to set up for a match next week or something like this? Or is it going to be his opponent for Money in the Bank? I think Money in the Bank's about the middle of July, isn't it? So if it is the middle of July, then I think we're probably looking at about, 3 weeks or so? So, yeah, there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. They've got to start getting the ball rolling. It could be Rey Mysterio again. I saw a horrible rumour, a suggestion that it might be Dominic after he got thrown, which would just be horrific. That would just be awful. That would be one of the least compelling Universal Championship matches ever. So I really hope it doesn't go that way. Ace Alpha said it's going to be Seth. Roman is going to fight Seth. I'm 75% sure. Ant says Roman Nakamura or Roman Corbin. I don't think Corbin. I think Corbin's pretty much a lifelong heel. So I don't think it would be Corbin. Nakamura might be all right. Nakamura would be... I'd take Nakamura. I think whoever it is, Roman's winning. So whoever it turns out to be, they're not going to win it. Big E versus Apollo qualifying match tonight. Okay. Austin said Roman destroying Dominic would be fun, honestly. What's wrong with Dominic? Laugh. LMAO. Watch Mojo called wrestlers ring attires costumes. Andrus said, did you see that Cross was on main event? His entrance looked flat and he looked uninterested. I didn't see the clip, but apparently WWE have been pulling that. So I didn't see him coming out on main event, but his entrance for whatever reason was being shared on social media. I mean, I'm guessing it's just on the network. So I don't know why WWE are pulling it, because I'm guessing it's just this week's episode of main event that we can watch anytime we want. So, no, I didn't watch it. I'm not bothered. It's just main event. Yeah, I didn't see it. So if you're telling me it's flat, then I'm even more pleased I didn't see it. You missed a super chat, did I? Did I miss a super chat? Oh, I did. Mitchell, shout out to you, dude. Sorry, slipped past. I don't know how I didn't see that. It seems Fox has got more pull than USA. What are your thoughts on that? Do you know, this is something we've been talking about for a while, and I really believe in it. Yeah, I really believe that this is the case. Fox, I believe, is like bigger, richer, more popular, dare I say, than USA Network. I don't even know if that matters, to be honest. I just think that USA has got a long-standing relationship with WWE, and I think it's probably got to the point where they're just leaving them to it. I think they've got, what it's like. They've been working. They probably know each other really well. Vince probably knows everyone at USA Network. He's probably dealt with so many different executives, and he's probably had USA executives come into the shows, and he's had meetings with them, and he's known them for years. I mean, they've been on USA, I don't even know how long. I think their relationship with USA goes like beyond 93 when Raw started. I think they were on there anyway. I think, wasn't Primetime Wrestling on USA as well? I don't know if it was always on USA, but that goes back to about 85. Primetime Wrestling was what was on before Raw, and that's where you had Bobby the Brain and Gorilla sat in a bit of a studio, and they would have a little chat, and they'd go, right, let's go over to, we've got a great match for you now, let's go over to Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus whoever, and, they'd then go over to the match that was pre-recorded from just one of the shows. TV shows were used to sell tickets for the house shows. That's how it worked. The TV shows were used to promote the house shows, and it very quickly turned into, the TV shows being live on Raw, and that being what people wanted to go to. And, you then had the TV tapings and you had the house shows. So, anyway, cut a long story short, I think they've been on USA for quite a while, like going back into the 80s. I just think that with the relationship that long, you're going to just kind of leave them to it. Whereas Fox, it's a new relationship. Fox, I think, are going to be a bit more involved. They're still, working out their relationship, if you will. And I think Fox know what they want. I think they're a bit more sports orientated. I don't think you would get away with the Lily stuff on Fox, which is why I think what they've done is they've made Raw a bit more of a kid show. And I think they've made SmackDown a little bit more of a sports kind of competitive, credible storyline show. So I think that's what they're doing. And yeah, I think a large part of that is because of Fox and USA and how vocal they've been. And apparently, they gave Fox a Hell in a Cell, and USA was very upset about that. So that's we ended up getting a Hell in a Cell on Monday then as well, didn't we? So yeah, I think there's definitely talks that go on all the time. Good question, though. If the drip god Seth Rollins goes up against Roman, there's no way that Seth would beat Roman. But if Monday Night Rollins comes back, there could be a better chance. Slim Jim said a shaved Otis versus Roman for the title at Money in the Bank might put wrestling back at Attitude Era ratings. Could be epic. Do you think Triple H has got heat with Nick Khan? Nick Khan is ruining Triple H's creative plans on NXT. I think it's going to be very difficult, isn't it? I think it's going to be tricky. I think if Triple H is aware of, let's say that some deals have fallen through. Let's say that WWE do need to make savings, right? Triple H will understand that. And I think if he has been a part of the process, and it's not just Nick Khan going, right, that person's going, that person's going. I think if they have said to Triple H, you need to lose X from your budget. You need to find $1 million. It won't be, but whatever. From your wage bill or whatever, and that he's been a part of that process, then I think he would understand, right? I'm not saying that he's going to like it, who's going to enjoy doing that, but I think he would understand. It's very different if Nick Khan is going in, telling Triple H, right, these are the wrestlers that are going. These are the wrestlers we've identified. Their analytics aren't as strong or whatever. So I think it all depends on how Triple H is being involved in the process. And who knows? I haven't got a clue. I don't know how involved Triple H is in this process. We're only just getting word today of the people that have been released. But actually, what's going on behind the scenes is... Well, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to find out, and we will find out one day because, of course, Bruce Pritchard has got his podcast, Something to Wrestle With, which is very interesting. It's a great podcast. It's a great podcast for the past. If you want to find out what was going on behind the scenes in the late 80s and 90s, Bruce was Vince's right-hand man, and he ended up getting released, and he's back now, and he's been back for a while, and he's going to know everything that's been going on. So I think that when he leaves again, and he will, when he leaves again, the episodes that he will be able to do and the stories that he will be able to tell about what's happening right now, it's going to be fascinating. He could do a whole episode on The Fiend and on Bray and tell you everything that's gone on behind the scenes. And he'll be able to, and what the plans were and what the thoughts were. And obviously Bray could do that as well. But if Bray is still with the company, he's obviously not going to do that. But, I don't know how long Bruce is going to be there for, to be honest. He could be there for years and years and years. But equally, if he could be one of the people that gets released. He's been released several times in the past. So this is what I'm saying, like, all of this stuff will come out eventually. It always comes out eventually. And Bruce is definitely someone that I think could spill the beans on his podcast one day. Do you think Baron will get a repackage tonight? Hey, Eric, hope you're well. I don't know. What's Austin think? Austin is at Austin is a resident Baron Corbin fanboy, resident Baron Corbin stan. So what's Austin thinking about that? He'll be able to answer that a bit better than me. I think that he's going to have to get some sort of repackage because he can't really be the king without a crown. So this feud could continue. He might even have a new crown. He might have made a new crown or something. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I've not heard any rumours. Dazzle by Nature says, Birdie, sad to see more WWE stars released. I won't be shocked if they drop 205 altogether and bring whoever is left back to NXT. Yeah, I would agree. I think they could also keep it going, though, and just refill the roster. They've got plenty of talent at the Performance Center. There's plenty of people that they've got that are potentially TV worthy, or do you know what I mean? The good thing about 205 Live is it's a very small show. It's a very small show. There's not loads of people that watch it. It's a good place to kind of cut your teeth. It's a good show to go to that's not on network television, because don't forget NXT is. And it's a good place to go to, really show what you can do in a ring in front of a hard cam, and just get a feel of a match and the presentation and being in front of a live audience and having it filmed, and it's on the network, but it's not on USA, and it's not being beamed around. Well, it kind of is being beamed around the world, but do you know what I mean? It's going around the world via the WWE network. So I kind of feel like there's a lot of talent that would still benefit from a show like 205 Live. But they could just scrap it. You could be absolutely right. Will Alexander said, I graduated with a 2-1. Can now enjoy your streams. Many congratulations. That's great. It means nothing to me. I have no idea what that means, but the graduated word is very impressive. So shout out to you, Will Alexander. That's really, really good news. Memnon says, my bet is that Drew is going to switch brands and face Roman. Austin said, I'm hoping he gets a repackage. King Corbin can't continue if he's without his crown. I would love to see the Lone Wolf Corbin again, but I doubt that's the plan. I think there could be a character change. Jim said, are there any 205 originals left? Oh, dude, I'd have to have a look at that roster, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, who was on it when it first started? I seem to remember, like, Mustafa Ali was on there a lot. Murphy was on there a lot. I think was Enzo used on there with Neville. I think might have been used on there when it first started. Daivari, of course. Tony Nese, of course. Drew Gulak was on there as well. The Brian Kendrick would have been on there. Cedric Alexander. TJ Perkins, I think, might have been around at that time. I'm trying to think who was in the Cruiserweight Classic, to be honest. Grand Metalik. I think Grand Metalik might have been on there. Certainly Lince Dorado. So I think those are still around. So yeah, I think there are still some about. Hayden said, I might watch Bruce Pritchard's Something to Wrestle With podcast. It's really good. If you want to know what was going on behind the scenes, it is just like a podcast. It is just audio. But if you go to his channel, his YouTube channel, and just have a little look down all the different topics. He does one on Bret Hart. He'll do one on Owen Hart. He'll do one on the British Bulldog. He'll do one on Undertaker. He'll do one on Mankind. Blah, 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 blah. He'll do one on all the different pay-per-view shows and whatever. And, I'll give you some good insight. I know that Jim Cornette says that his memory isn't the most accurate. So I think Jim Cornette questions some of the things that Bruce comes out with, but I think it's going to be there or thereabouts. Even if he does remember the odd thing, like slightly wrong, it's there or thereabouts. So I found it very useful. I found it very interesting. I used to listen to all of them, but since he went back to WWE, he's not been able to do it on a regular basis. They still try to put the shows out every week, but a lot of them are just like, they call them, I think, remixes or something. It's just basically the old shows where Conrad, the co-host, will just add a few extra thoughts, but it's basically just shows they've already recorded before. So it's just a problem for him to find time to do new ones. But if you've not heard the old ones, I do think they're worth listening to. We've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Hasib said, are you a fan of Isaiah Swerve? I watch ATB with Adam Cole. He said Swerve has got a big future. You'll see what he's made of in a year. A lot of people are saying it. I just don't see it. I do like Swerve. I think the problem with Swerve is that his style is very similar to like what a lot of other people are doing. I sort of feel like Volta stands out because there's not too many people doing what Volta does. Volta is hard-hitting, ground-based, credible. Like, you don't get cartwheels and like all this kind of stuff out of Volta. It's just chop city. That's what it is. Just chops away, brutalizes people, wears them down, leaves them marked and changed, and do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just hard-hitting, brutal stuff from Volta. I kind of feel like Isaiah Swerve does, it's just a bigger version of Leon Ruff. Like, he does a lot of stuff that a lot of other people do in NXT, to be honest. And for me, he just struggles to stand out, and I think that's been his problem. And as a result, you know, now he's in Hit Row. He's in Hit Row. They've given him a bit of a gimmick so that he can stand out. He's kind of the leader of that group. He's got his own little faction. So they're clearly invested in him. They clearly want you to know this guy matters. You know, he's the leader of a group. And he is someone that I think could have a bright future, yeah. I think that his in-ring has always been fine. It's just hard for him to have an incredible match because his style is so similar to a lot of other people that are around at the moment. I think in wrestling, you really have to try and stand out. You know, look at Orange Cassidy. I mean, he does something completely different, and analytics say that people have gone crazy. Kids in particular have gone, you know, mental for Orange Cassidy, and he's getting like title matches, and you know, he's in the main event scene. He's wrestling Jericho. I just kind of feel like you have to do something different. You have to find a way of being original, and I would say that he's lacking that. So we'll see what being the leader of Hit Row does for him. Erectile Dysfunction says, I'm going to watch a SmackDown house show at the O2 in September. I'm super excited to finally get to watch something live again. Absolutely. I had a thought. We know Goldberg has got one match left. So what if Goldberg interrupts Roman's celebration and we get that match at Money in the Bank, says Harley. London Morgan says Volta is a dollar store Brock Lesnar. Well, I mean, do you know what? That's the kind of comment that would fire me up, London. That's what it would do. It would fire me up. But it's hard to argue, to be honest, because he is a big guy that's very credible, very realistic, and he is, in a way, a big guy that you could say is a comparison to Brock Lesnar. I would be very interested to see them two have a match. That's all I would say. I don't think that I wouldn't say he was a dollar store Brock Lesnar, but I mean Brock has gone on to be a UFC heavyweight champion and everything like this, and I just think that Volta's just a really, really good wrestler that wants wrestling to be credible. He puts on great matches. I just think that he is someone that's just a pro wrestling fan's dream, to be honest. So I'm a big, big fan of Volta. But could he stand up to someone like Brock Lesnar? I'd love to see it. Febin said, how do you think Vince will push Scarlett? I think she will get a massive push, as she is like a dream woman for Vince, similar to Trish and Sable. Yeah, I mean, she could just go on to, be booked a lot and used a lot, get a lot of TV time for various different reasons. How will she be used? I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, trying to predict the future is very difficult. I personally wouldn't split them. I personally think that Sable was with Mark Mero when she first came in. I think it would make sense to have Scarlett and Carrion together. And then if you want to separate them, once they're both established, once they've both been on the main roster for a while, then you could do it. Look at Sunny. Sunny, when she came up, she was with Body Donners. And then she went on with the Smoking Guns, and she managed a few people first. So I kind of feel that Scarlett can wrestle. I don't think Sunny could. So Scarlett can wrestle. She can have good matches. So I think that they might be looking to make her a solo star, to be honest. Certainly that's what it seems like. But I wouldn't go that way. I'd keep her with Cross, and then I would have her go solo. Eventually. But I would keep her with Cross for a good 6 to 12 months first. Probably more 12 months. But yeah, hard to say exactly how they're going to use her, because I think we're all a little surprised they're looking at separating them. Dazzle by Nature says, how about Volta versus Keith Lee? Now there's a match. I'd love it. Did you hear about Keith Lee? He's got apparently problems with copyright and whatnot. And so now people are questioning, is that why he's off TV? Apparently he tried to copyright his name, Keith Lee. WWE have also tried to copyright the name. And now there's just a bit of problems, let's put it that way. I think he might be getting purposefully kept off TV for that reason. This could come down to that. That might be why he's not around. Which, if that is the case, is just horrific again from WWE. The fact that they've got someone of his caliber, of his talent, and he's not being allowed, law and copyright reasons, just sucks. It's a business, I get it. They're trying to protect themselves, they want to copyright it, all that kind of stuff, I get it. But it's just, let the man wrestle. Do you know what I mean? Let the man wrestle. Right, we're about to get going. Nick Smith said, do you think Adam Cole will face Apollo Crews? I don't think so. I can't say I've heard any rumours that Adam Cole is being called up, to be honest. I haven't heard anything along those lines. So I would be surprised if we were to get that match. As far as I know, Adam Cole is sticking around NXT for a while. But never say never. Right. Is the alarm going off? No. Let's wait till it gets down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alarm fans, you've been robbed. Did you know that John Cena said on a show or interview or podcast that he'll return, but he doesn't know when? I am actually not lying. Yeah, I did see that. I know you're not lying, bud. I know you, mate. You're not a liar. Right, we're about to get started. Anthony said Vince should retire or fire himself. Could you imagine that? WWE has come to terms with Vince McMahon. We wish him all the best in the future endeavours. Johnny said, I'm going to turn 19 this weekend. Can you sing to me? No. But happy 19th birthday to you, Johnny. The alarm is going off. Well, it can't be going off. That must be something going off in your head, Corey. You've lost your mind, Corey. You could have just cut it instead of waiting for the final seconds. That makes it worse. Good. Anna says, justice for the alarm. Ryan said, has Eva Marie been booked this week? Hopefully she's not wrestling. Well, she's on Raw, isn't she? So we don't need to worry about that. Erectile Dysfunction says, I'm a liar. The alarm is late. Justice for the alarm. Oh, I'm so pleased that this has upset so many people. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Jeff said, I can't get enough of Sasha Banks' behind. OMG, it's the cutest bum of all divas. Wonderful. Here's Roman backstage with Paul Heyman. Now, the boos are so loud that they're pumping in. I can't hear. Dazzle by Nature said, my name change for Keith Lee is Special K, although Tesco's might sue. Special K. He should call himself Vince McSham. If they say, what's your new name going to be? Just go, can it be called Vince McSham? Is Jay a no-show? What's going down? He's not coming back. Roman frustrated. He said he took him all the way to being main event Uso. I'm here tonight, says Jimmy. I got you. You're telling me you're going to be my right-hand man? I'm not saying no, Jay, bro. I'm not saying I can do what you do. Oh, it's good, isn't it? How dare he not show up to work, says McLean. I can do what my brother do. Isn't it? I can do what my brother does. I don't know what it is about them segments, right? They're so compelling. I don't know what it is. I find myself sitting here just like, they're so slow. And nothing ever happens. Honestly. But they're great. They're still great. I mean, that could have been about 1,000,000 times shorter. Is Jay here? No. Why not? He hasn't turned up. Oh, that's ungrateful. I can be your right-hand man. Can you? Yes. Are you ready for a good time? It's basically that. We've just done in about 10 seconds what took them about 5 minutes. Right. Here comes Bianca Belair. It's still gripping. Bianca and Cesaro versus mixed tag time. Good start, says Harley. I never needed you at all. There's more flags, are there? Can you put a photo of a monkey on screen? Why would I do that, James? Why would I do that? Mixed tag time. Who do you think, Days, Roman is going to face next? Well, hopefully we do get some answers tonight. I don't know that we will. I mean, I don't know that we're done with Ray, to be honest. So it could be Ray. Please not Dominic. Right. Bianca is dancing around. They're pumping in an EST chant. Dave said, okay, Bailey time. I'm going to sit back and relax. It's Friday. We're on the road to Money in the Bank. Three weeks? We're only 3 weeks out. She said we're only 3 weeks out from leaving the Thunderdome and coming back to you guys. Oh my God, there's only 3 weeks left. Bailey is cringe, says Let Him In. Monkeys are awesome. Also, monkeys like bananas, and you like bananas. I'm not calling you a monkey. I'm just saying you have a lot of qualities that are similar. It would make sense. This promo, I don't know. They're getting Bianca to do a promo first. Bailey tossed everything at me apart from the kitchen sink. She tried to use my hair against me. She used kendo sticks. Bianca says she can't stop smiling. Because I walked out with this. How can she see her reflection in that? It's a blue background. She's like, I'm so proud of the girl I can see in the reflection. Which bit? Maybe the edge of, like, the plate or something? I don't know. The side plate. Bianca's promos are all right, but she comes off like a goody two-shoes. She acts like a motivational speaker. Yeah. I do feel like when she's talking to like young girls out there, like, believe in yourself. You know, bullies will never win. Like, it is a bit, yeah. I mean, it's all positive stuff. Do you know what I mean? But not interested in that. Not interested in positive stuff. Rollins versus Bianca confirmed. He's on his way down. He's on his way down. Now this is a women's championship match that I want to see. Is he going to cut a promo on her? This is alright. This is alright, seeing these two interact. Wasn't expecting this. Let's see what he says. Bianca's promo. Someone pass me a bucket. Bianca is the female Mr. Perfect. Would be a great heel character. Oh, man, that'd be good. I never thought about that. Liam, that's a good shout. The female Mr. Perfect. Give her the music as well. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-na-na-na-na. She come out with the towel. Chucks it behind. Catches. You didn't dominate at Hell in a Cell like I did. You squeaked by. Some would call it a fluke. Some would call it a fluke. We got a party. Just like the click. Who do you think you're talking to? Seth said Bailey's going to come out here and beat the holy hell out of you. I can't do a high five with you when you're lying on the mat. And here she is. Bailey says, Seth, do not waste your time with this one. There's a lot of talking, isn't there? There's a lot of talking. You're not the kind of champion these people need or deserve. I will show you what type of champion I am. Seth just disrespected a woman. He's going to get cancelled. Here we go. Bailey stepping in. After your fluke. What is she doing? Bailey was like properly like scanning Bianca Belair. I still see the same old pathetic loser. Forearm strike by Bianca, and Bailey goes down, and surely Cesaro's coming out. Cesaro? Bailey, and here he comes. God, where was he? What was he doing? Seth does the fake laugh the best, to be honest, says Harley. Seth is going to be peeved when they move Drew over to feud with Roman, says Jeremy. Days, what were your thoughts on Diamond Mine? I wasn't that impressed. I was hoping it was going to be like a show within a show. I didn't really want another faction. And I kind of felt like Suzuki stood there with his arms folded and didn't really... People that know of him seem to be excited, but I think everyone else is just like, didn't really didn't hit the right note, to be honest. Roderick Strong, shaved head, like he's back and he's screaming and he looked really animated. I think he looked great. Is it Tyler Rust that was just chatting with Bivens? Just, I don't know, I didn't look at them and get like really good vibes from them. I certainly didn't get the Shield. Do you know what I mean? I certainly wasn't getting that sort of a vibe. We need to see a bit more of them, but my first impression was a bit underwhelmed. I was hoping for something other than a faction. And if we're going to get a faction, I was kind of hoping that they were going to be like, really animated and, we're here and bring them all on. And one guy had his arms folded. The other guy was chatting to the manager, and there was only really Roderick Strong that was giving me that. So, first impression was, And to be honest, I haven't seen many people talk about them. I haven't seen that many people really... It's not as if they're the talk of the town. So, I don't know. I don't know if it kind of hit as hard as it could have. I've seen a lot of people talking about the battery thing. A lot of people seem to be interested in that. They keep showing a battery charging and what's going to happen when it gets to 100%. Wrestling, we love that stuff, don't we, as wrestling fans? We love these little teases and what's going to happen when. That's what wrestling's largely become now. Just, we get teased with little things, and then it's like, what's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen with this? What do you think's going to happen with that? I kind of feel like that's where wrestling is now. So this little charging thing that's got to about 50%, That seems to have caught people's imaginations. Harley said, let's be honest. Seth's fake laugh is it fake or is it real? Vape Ross Vape said, Belair is going to have a bad neck from that weave. Jeremy says, battery. Yeah, they keep flashing up on screen this, like, battery that's charging. So I kind of feel, well, you know, it's built into something. And you would think it's built into someone. But it's a weird thing to show, like, a battery charging. Is it going to be a robot? What's it going to be? What has to charge? I don't know. Stand back. Robot Man is here. I don't know what's coming. But, yeah, it seems quite interesting. I think the battery might be a Tegan Nox return, says Brony. Could be interesting. Seth's laugh is fake. Even Bailey's is too, says Zakai. We are almost 20 minutes into this show, and we've not had any wrestling. Isn't that cool? Almost a quarter of this show has gone, and we've had no wrestling, no actual match. There's been a little brawl at the end there, but been a lot of talking. I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't know. I don't know if a great deal has been said within that 20 minutes. I don't know if in that 20 minutes, like, I don't know. I don't think anything's been said. If someone was to say what's happened so far, I'd be like, talking. But nothing's happened. Nothing's changed. Johnny, shout out to you. Dynamite tomorrow, yes. Is AEW tonight or tomorrow? It's tomorrow. Taboy said, does anyone know if the Thunderdome will return after the fans are back, like a little bit after? I would imagine they're going to try and, that's it, move away from it now. I can't imagine they're going to want to go back to this. So I would say it's done. I would say it's done after this, but who knows? Stay back. There's a RoboCop coming through. Hey, he's been in wrestling before. We all saw him in the early 90s in WCW. Kieran said, news, Shotzi Blackheart and Scarlett are having a Smackdown tryout match this week. It's on news sites. McLean said, Diamond Mine's initials are DM, which means they're probably talking to AEW in the DMs. So Diamond Mine is confirmed for AEW. I can't believe Strong came back, but yet WWE fired his wife. That's moody, innit? That's really moody. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Lesnar will fight Roman Reigns and Pogba at Money in the Bank. I thought you was going to tell me Sancho was done. There's a lot of people thinking that might get Here We Go tonight. Dazzled by Nature says the battery thing could just be an iPhone. Could you imagine if after all of this, someone just keeps plugging it into the wrong socket? And so what we see on screen is just like a battery phone, like an iPhone charging. And that's all it was. I mean, come on, they are that incompetent. Would it surprise anyone? Dave said, when the Thunderdome is done, WWE Shop will be selling TVs on the chip. Hey, yeah, that's true. That's true. Perfectly square TVs as well. So, yeah, that was, yeah, Thunderdome. I wonder what happens to it. Are they renting it? They can't have bought that. They surely didn't buy it. They must just be renting all of it, I would think. The Drip King is near. If Seth Rollins and Bayley win this, Seth will face Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, says James. Harley said, I was texting my brother and I almost put Seth and Cesaro versus Bianca and Bayley. Well, that'd be a much more interesting match. We need some Baron Corbin, please, says Austin. Corey said, I honestly think SmackDown has just been okay since Mania. Canadians eliminate Golden Knights in 6 games and they advance to the Stanley Cup Final. Who are they playing, Brendan? Who? They're called the Canadians. Is that their actual team name? Never heard of them. There's a team that's just called the Canadians. Okay. I've never heard of that team. I'm guessing they're from Canada. Could you imagine if they weren't? Imagine if they're just from Michigan. That'd be wild. We do need some Baron Corbin. That battery is for a WWE star. Ben says, will you be streaming all the games? Well, I'm doing the Wales-Denmark one. I think Dave said he was doing the Italy one. But I'm going to do just one big stream tomorrow that will do... It will start by focusing on Wales-Denmark. Then we switch to UFC. But I will keep an eye on Italy versus Austria. But if you want just a dedicated Italy-Austria stream, then I think Dave is doing that. And so I'm going to do UFC, and then I think AEW after, so it could be like a 10-hour stream tomorrow. It's going to be a long, long stream. Who is going to face Roman? We don't know yet. We don't know. Oh, it could be Ray again. Bianca is slammed onto the edge of the barricade, then pushed into the ring post. So Seth is down. Bianca is down. Bayley jumps into the ring, and we go back to commercial break. Wow, back to commercial break already? I swear we only went back for about 4 minutes. Days, what if Battery is like a Chris Jericho thing? When it gets done, someone comes out to face Roman. The Battery thing's on NXT, so I think it's probably going to be either a return or just the debut of a new star. Days, is there UFC tomorrow? There is, Ryan, yes. Curtis said, I hope someone like John Cena will face Roman at Money in the Bank. I don't think it's going to be anyone like that. I think Nakamura or maybe Ray or, unfortunately, maybe Dominic or someone like that, to be honest. I think they'll save Cena for SummerSlam. Jeff said, I bet Bianca regrets her long, beautiful hair on some of the bumps that she's taken. It's got to be tough. Hayden, shout out to you. I think the battery is Tegan, says Brian. It's a good shout, that is. It's a good shout. Can someone get Corbin some bleach? He's going to need it for cleaning toilets, says the Baron Corbin anti-stan. Austin said maybe the battery is related to Bad Bunny. William said, why have we got a barricade when there's no fans? Well, I suppose it's, though, if you get chucked on the outside of the ring, you don't just run into the TVs. I'm guessing it's probably that. It's probably to bring order in a world of chaos. Are we just going to get the same storyline since there's no more wrestlers? Yep. We're just going to live in an endless loop now. Austin said, I think it's possible it'll be Roman Nakamura since he just stole a crown, so he could steal a title opportunity as well. You're very upset about this, aren't you? Very upset. Curtis said, I like NXT and SmackDown better than Raw. Robin said, I think the battery could be Ridge Holland. Do you know what? I'd completely forgotten about him. Ridge Holland, completely forgot about him. Ortega Knox or maybe Tyler Bates. I think Jungle Boy versus Omega tomorrow could be a match of the year candidate, says Erectile Dysfunction. Bianca and Cesaro are going to win. Then Cesaro should get another title opportunity. That's good. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. The only problem is, I think whoever faces Roman at Money in the Bank is likely to lose. If Cross versus Roman happens, who do you think would win? It would depend when it's happening. If it's going to happen, like, after Cross has been on the roster for a while and they've built him up and Roman's had the belt for a while, then maybe Cross would have a chance. If Cross is going to come up and just have a match, like, if it's going to be Cross versus Roman at Money in the Bank, then I think Cross would lose. Bianca's got Bayley on her shoulder. Bayley goes for the cover. 1. Just a 1 count. Not wrestling related, but who's looking forward to Wilder versus Fury? I am, Ben. Definitely. Definitely some big boxing matches coming up. Big backdrop by Bianca Belair trying to get over to Cesaro. Bayley is quite close to Seth. Bayley trying to tag Seth, and she does tag him. Big boot, and Seth goes down. Cesaro on the outside, charging at Seth. Big European uppercut on the outside. So Cesaro is just smashing Seth's head off the edge of the ring. Seth gets thrown into the ring as Cesaro climbs up. Seth is all over the place, and a big crossbody by Cesaro. 1, 2, kick out by Seth. So, what is the point of bringing up Cross? If he loses to Roman, then he looks weak in his first loss. Well, he probably won't face Roman in his first fight, to be honest. Cesaro getting a few spins. Cesaro just stared at Bayley. Bayley jumped back out the ring. What if the battery is at 1%? EC3 will return. No, it's going up. It's not going down, it's going up. We've already been quite low, and now it's gone to 10%, 20%, 40%. So, looks like it's on its way to 100. Wow, Cesaro's got Bayley. He caught Bayley. She tried to, cross-body Cesaro. 1, 2. Bianca Belair makes the save. Wrestling related, could we see Sheamus and Apollo switch brands? We could definitely see that. EC3 is now in Ring of Honor. Roman will probably win and lose at Money in the Bank. You know, I'm assuming someone's going to cash in. Heck the Jerk said, this is WWE. It's going to be Rock, Cena, Goldberg, or Brock who beats Roman, because you can't possibly build a new star. Over the top goes Cesaro. Bianca Belair hip tosses Bayley into the ring. Uppercut as Seth jumps to the outside. Roll up by Bayley. Kick out by Bianca. Spinebuster. 1, 2, 2 count. Bianca had Bayley. We are exactly a quarter of the way through the show. Bianca. Ooh. Bianca lost the balance because Seth knocked into her. Knee strike by Bayley. Plants her. 1, 2, 3. Bayley pins Bianca, and so it's Seth and Bayley that win. The battery could have something to do with blowing up the dome. Yeah, Bayley and Seth have won. Bianca had Bayley up for the KOD, but Seth knocked into Bianca. That meant that Bayley could get down and managed to get the victory. Bayley and Seth win. Days the battery could be for Ridge Holland. Maybe he's almost 100% ready to return. Yep. Shout out to you, legendary Buchanan. We've got, is that Jimmy pacing back and forth? Yeah. Jimmy pacing back and forth outside Roman's dressing room. What's this? It's the official coronation for the new king. Right, here we go. The official coronation for Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, Austin is going to love this. Going Ghost said, whoever faces Roman at Money in the Bank, it'll be a short feud. If they've got Cena or Brock returning, that will be the focus for SummerSlam. What's your thoughts? I agree. I think whoever he faces at Money in the Bank is losing because Roman's going on to bigger things at SummerSlam. Right. Nakamura's celebration. No, coronation. Coronation. Austin says, boo! I hate commercials, says Ant. All hail the king of strong style. That's true. He is the king of strong. He is actually now the king of strong style. Harley said it was a good match. We are actually seeing Bayley Bianca again. The only way I wouldn't mind a third is if it is going to be a hair versus hair match. Tom said, wonder if the man gets mad about Bayley with Seth. I don't think so. I told you it's Kingsuke Nakamura. I do love that. UFA. I do love that. Kingsuke Nakamura. Don't tell me we're gonna see Bianca Bayley again. I think so. Capsman said the Tampa Bay area is playing host to Tampa Bay Lightning Ice Hockey and Thunderdome. Dazzle by Nature said, just a thought. Would you ever play 2K22 games and the AEW game on Twitch? Probably not. I'm not someone that is going to be very interesting to watch playing a game. I'm pretty sure I could have some fun with what's going on, but actually winning matches and showing you how to do well at the game, forget it. Forget it. But I don't know. I could probably have some fun with it. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure gamers out there are going to need to worry. Harry Richards said, what's your favourite live entrance when crowds were here? For me, it was Shinsuke at WrestleMania 34 with the guitar. It genuinely gave me goosebumps. What's my favourite entrance of all time? Favourite entrance of all time? Probably Undertaker WrestleMania 20. Or Undertaker at SummerSlam 94. Both times was when Undertaker was coming back after being away for a while. And both times actually have Paul Bearer, bringing him back. So at WrestleMania 20, we knew Undertaker was coming back to face Kane. I don't think we knew Paul Bearer was going to be part of the entrance, though. And Paul Bearer, we had the Druids, and Paul Bearer comes down. Do you know what I mean? And all of this, and it's just a big spectacle where he takes the thing off, and I think it's like this big light that shines out of the urn, and then you hear the gongs. Bong. And then slowly out he walks across loads of smoke. A lot of Undertaker ones are class, but anywhere we haven't seen him for a while, I would have to say that. Right, here's Paul Heyman. What does Roman mean about prove it? Your family needs Roman to have a right-hand man. Main event, Jimmy Uso. Win a match tonight. Who's he going to get him? If we get you this match and you don't win. I'm eating this story up. Give me more. More, please. Oh, yes. You're the right-hand man. So, win a match. Assert your dominance. And, he's gone to get him that match. But what happens if he doesn't win? Oh. Right, we've got Boogs in the ring. Daze, you're so weird. I know. Do you think we'll see Jimmy versus Jay? I'd take it. I'd love it. I would love it. All hail the king of strong style. Jimmy versus The Rock. Yes, they're going to bring The Rock back now. They're going to bring back prime Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're going to bring back Attitude Era American Badass Undertaker. They're going to bring back Brock Lesnar. It's going to be a debut in Francis Ngannou, the current UFC heavyweight champion. Bow down to King Nakamura. Right, we've got the crown spinning away. I'm Rick Boogs. The one true king of all WWE. Yes! It's a big entrance. Shinsuke Nakamura. Boogs. Elias is better than Boogs. How dare you? Austin said, this is ridiculous. Justice for Corbin. Let's go Nakamura. Hashtag King Shasa. Hey, is it all in white? Look at him all in white. Not used to seeing him in white. Normally wears red and black or blue. But he's all in white. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, I bet Mattel are loving this. Look at all this. Look at all this Mattel can make now. Oh my god, we can make a throne. We can make a crown. We can make Nakamura in white. Okay, so Nakamura. He's got the crown on his head. Corey says, I miss King Corbin. Corbin was the face in this feud. He should be going forward. King of Strong Style. I need a Nakamura action figure, says Heather. Well, you might be getting a new one. There's Corbin. Corbin backstage. Oh my God, he's quitting, Austin. He's quitting. He just said, what's the point? He was just like, what's the point? And he walked off. I bet that's broken your heart, hasn't it? He was absolutely devastated. He was like, what's the point? What's the point? Oh, look at these two cringing. We've got Sonya and Adam Pearce dancing along as Boogs is rocking out. And there's Shinsuke. Don't quit. Don't you flipping quit. He said, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? He looked really cool, man. Corbin actually looked quite cool. With like the shaved head and the way he was like, what's the point? And he walked off. Oh. Austin said, you're the best thing on SmackDown. Don't you dare leave me. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Right, Seth's talking to Sonya and Adam Pearce. I wonder if Corbin's left not only in the WWE but all of wrestling right there. He might have just given up everything, mightn't he? He might go off and just make steaks now. We're not ready to make that decision. Sonya's like, Ah. Right, a couple of briefcases swinging in the air. Bye-bye, Corbin. Yeah. He's saying, what's the point of being king without my crown? He's going to come back as the lone wolf. You heard it from me. That's certainly not what I heard. I heard him say, what's the point? But he looked so heartbroken. It's as if he was questioning being in wrestling altogether. I definitely have taken that as, what's the point? There's no need for me to be here. It's time for me to go. That's how I've read that. Corbin is a weirdo. Did you know he collects bones and human skulls? Come on, Heather. Don't we all? Don't we all? Don't you tell me you haven't got a human skull in your closet. Corbin is still my king, says Corey. Please quit, says Wrestling Ghost. Austin said he's not leaving, he's going to Raw. Not without his crown. He's just lost his whole identity. He's done, mate. He's done. Big E has got to win this match. Taboy said, actually, Austin, that's even worse. That is true. Seth Rollins just hinted that John Cena's returned by saying the time is now. UFC tomorrow, it is. Days my interest in WWE. I can't even talk. Pricey, I can't talk. Let me try that again. Days, my interest in WWE has dramatically reduced over the years, and I'm only 20. The last thing I really enjoyed was Cena's US versus Rusev Russia feud. It's gone downhill since then. Vince is a dinosaur head in his office, so Corbin isn't that weird. Oh, Vince has a dinosaur head in his office, so Corbin isn't that weird. I feel like I'm missing the chaos, says Sonny. Not as much as Austin's going to miss Corbin. Jimmy Uso versus Dowdrup versus Super Nicky versus Brock Lesnar versus Triple H versus Volta versus Jeff Hardy versus Brie Bella versus... Days, you've got no heart or sympathy. Austin is hurting right now, so have a heart. I haven't rubbed it in. It's better that he knows the truth. Don't you think that it's more compassionate for me, as a dear friend of Austin's, to just put it out there that this looks like it's the end? I don't want Austin to be sitting there going, no, it's going to be all right. He's going to go to Raw. No, it's okay. He'll come back. Like, he'll be the lone wolf. Or maybe he's just going to take a break for a while. Like, I think if we were all good friends, we would just tell Austin as it is. He's done. He's done. That is the end of the road for him. And I don't think that AEW are going to be interested. I don't think that Impact's going to be interested. I think he's done with wrestling. I think he'll probably leave Twitter. He'll leave social media altogether because he was never that popular. He always played the heel. There's no point in him starting YouTube channels and all of this because no one but Austin's going to watch. So I'm not being heartless. I'm just being realistic as to where we are right now. And where we are right now, if you are a Corbin fan, is the absolute bottom. That is where we are right now. We could not get any lower right now. I've been watching wrestling for about 40 years, right? And I'm only 21. And in all of that time, I think that very much he's done. I've seen this many times, going all the way back to the 1960s. I remember many, many wrestlers walking away. And, you just get used to it. You get used to the signs. And there was a sign right there. He's done. It's over. There's people actually offering Austin support. Days, oh my gosh, no! He's not leaving wrestling and social media. Harley said, Days, are we actually getting Seth versus Roman at Money in the Bank? Like, that would be a match of the year contender. I don't know. Trey said, school. I'm just being honest. It's better to hear the truth. Hey, and the truth is, forget Corbin. It's all about clean-shaved Otis, isn't it? Days, it's the end of days for Corbin. Oh, well done. Well done. It is the end of days for Baron Corbin. I mean, I think his career has been all right, in all fairness. I'd probably, out of 10, give him a deep 6. I'd probably give him a deep 6. Yes, Otis. Clean shaven. Otis. Right, here's Apollo and Big E. Trying to qualify for Money in the Bank. James said, hear me out. On the periodic table, B stands for Baron, C stands for Corbin. So the two make Baron Corbin. We love science. Amazing. Maybe Corbin to... Yeah, that's true. That's true. He might go to, like, Raw Underground, or he could go to WCW. So, not everything's lost. He might pop up in Lucha Underground. So, hey, it's not the end of the road, maybe. He's got options. He's got options, hasn't he? I think he could pop up in WCW. I think there's a very good chance. Or ECW. You might want to get extreme. So, let's not lose hope. Yeah, it might be FF Commander as Sneeze. Days with the puns, I would give them 3 out of 16. Corey said support Days. That's nice. Right, we're about to get underway with Big E versus Apollo. Winner of this goes to Money in the Bank, and they'll probably get Baron Corbin's locker room space as well. We are about 8 minutes away from the halftime scores. And I don't know about you, but I think this has been a fantastic show. I think it's been one of the best shows I've ever seen. I think some of the emotion on this show has been absolutely compelling, gripping, and I think it's a very memorable episode. How do you like my profile picture? I can't really see it, but it looks, from the colours, really nice. Corbin needs to go to Impact so that I don't have to watch him, because no one watches Impact, says McLean. Dave said, fun fact, Austin is crying in my DMs. Baron Corbin is gone, man. I'm here if you need me, Austin. Corbin to CZW, yes. Maybe Corbin could pop up in the UWF, yeah, and face the Freebirds. That's a good shout, Ryan. It's a good shout. I mean, they really do need someone of his star power to get them back on the map. How about the Fabulous Freebirds versus Street Profits? Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, so this is a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. That's hilarious. Loads of people watch Impact. Corbin is better than Roman, says Corey. Baron Corbin anti-stan says, there's a picture of Baron Corbin on my milk carton under the missing title. We're going to commercial break. Days, what SmackDown do you like, 2016 or recent? Remember, the roster in 2016 was good. I'd have to go back and have a look at the stories, to be honest, but I'm not sure. 2016, I'm sure, was good. I doubt there was anything that I was loving as much as this Roman thing, but maybe the overall shows were a bit better. Days changed the match title. Why? This is Big E versus Apollo. That is a fact. I am not lying to you guys. That is a fact. Does anyone know how much a Stone Cold Steve Austin blanket costs? I don't. You realise that SmackDown might be dull tonight, but we can still make fun of Corbin. Absolutely. Did you know that Bobby Lashley wrestled in South Africa and trained in our wrestling school before coming back to WWE? I didn't, William. That's cool. That's cool that he has that connection with South Africa. I should imagine you lot are very proud about that, and rightfully so. XF Liv says Corbin is going to join the Good Brothers in the Boneyard. Dominic says, do you remember Impact? That used to be popular during the 2000s and the early 2010s. Why is everyone laying into Impact now? I don't know where this has come from. Today, Mysterious be Roman. Austin says, no making fun of Corbin. I don't think anyone has, have they? I think we're all very disappointed that he's, going to be leaving WWE. I don't think anyone's been making fun. I really want to meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan, says Johnny. Impact has been awesome, says Sean. Are you excited for tomorrow, Days? I'm always excited for tomorrow, Retribution, because tomorrow is a brand new day, isn't it? And it holds so much promise and potential, and also it is the next games in the Euros. So, yes. That's truthfully probably what I'm more excited about. I think the UFC card looks good. I'm really into the main event. So I think there's some good fights, but the Euros has been so much fun. Kyle said Corbin is going to WWF. It's going to be him versus Bruno. Yes. Oh, I'm down for that. It's going to be him versus Buddy Rogers. Man, yeah. They could do with him. I don't mind Impact. I just always forget to watch it. What time is it? Right, next commercial break. We will do half-time scores. I've got a feeling I know what Austin's is going to be. Days, do you like my name? Says Corey K. Baron Corbin Stan. Dude, it's better to stan professional wrestlers than just regular members of the public. Just saying. I meant, are you excited for the Euros? I am excited for the Euros, yes. We're being positive for Corbin in his hour of need, says Martin. Well said. Do you know what? We're heroes. That's what I've learned. We are heroes. James says, Baron Corbin will return as a scientist. He's going to promote chemistry. He's going to spread awareness for climate change. I think you're confusing him with Daniel Bryan. Tell people to change their morals and recycle and promote healthy eating. Austin said, mine is going to be a straight up 0. Right, Apollo has got a headlock on Big E at the moment. Ryan said, dang, it's almost halftime scores. Mine's going to be like a 1.5 for the number of matches that have been held in the first hour. Days, have you ever decided to make a Reddit? There would be a lot of Corbin memes. Dude, I don't go on Reddit ever. I wouldn't even know where to start. So, it's never crossed my mind. Austin says, yeah, no, you're not heroes. I'm pretty sure we are. Pretty sure we are heroes. All I'm going to say, Austin, is we won't abandon you like Baron Corbin has. That's all I'm going to say. We won't abandon you like Baron Corbin. We're here every week. You can talk to us. Do you know what I mean? Win this already and end this stupid feud. Yeah, this is stupid. This match is a bit stupid as well. Big E is being manhandled here. Belly to belly, and Big E's like, forget this. Big E grabs Apollo, belly to belly of his own. Looking for another one. Apollo charges over. And another one. Marcus, shout out to you. Alexa Bliss Gamer said, I hope Tommy likes my edits. I'm sure he will. Big splash. I've been getting loads of Triple T edits for that picture. People seem to be having quite a bit of fun with it. I wish AEW was not on tomorrow. It makes me upset that it's tomorrow. Dave said a qualifying match is stupid and he wants Raw to be good. No, I'm just saying that this match, even though it's got something about it, it's a bit slow and hasn't grabbed me so far. It's just been a bit of a... Even though they've given it a stipulation, a bad match is still a bad match. German suplex. Apollo just did a ravishing Rick Rude or Val Venus dance over Big E. Days is, a bully to Austin and the Corbin stank. I don't know why. I'm a big support. I'm just keeping it real, telling you exactly what's happening. Apollo was just jumping up and down. Kind of reminded me of Earthquake. The way Earthquake, when he was about to hit his finisher, would, like, jump around his opponent. I thought he was going to do an Earthquake impression. Stretch muffler applied by Big E. Stretch muffler and... Days, you reminded me, maybe Daniel will return, because he's only got banned from SmackDown, not Raw. So he could go back to the eco-friendly Bryan. Right, we've got kick from Apollo, step up in Zaguri. Big E goes down to one knee, collapses down. Austin said, please come back, Corbin. We miss Corbin. Corbin is great. Corbin saves SmackDown. Vibes said, Days, did you know that Xavier Woods is the only New Day member to not hold a singles title yet? Yeah. Good fact, though. Habib, shout out to you. Right, Big E and Apollo fighting in the corner. Big E having to hold on. He's losing his footing a little bit. Straight to the midsection by Apollo. Don't forget, as soon as we get to the next commercial break, we will do half-time scores. Half-time scores. Who do you think is more likely to win Money in the Bank? Not Baron Corbin, but I don't know. I'd need to have a look, see who's in. We've obviously got some names that have been added, but a lot of them are surprise names. I'd like them to maybe pull the trigger on Ricochet, but I don't think he's likely to win. It's a big frog splash there by Apollo. Big E did Brock submission. I wonder if they're hinting at something. Apollo charging over. Gets planted down. Well, I mean, I'm fairly confident that we will be seeing Brock at some point this year. And same with Cena as well. So there could be little teases that get thrown out or whatever, just to get people talking. I mean, don't forget, anything they say is going to get analysed. And Commander Aziz was trying to take out his aggression on Big E, and the referee has told Commander Aziz he's got to leave ringside. Commander Aziz is being removed from ringside. Apollo rolling up Big E. Kick out by Big E. Big E picks up and plants Apollo. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. It's over. Big E has won. And could Big E be the winner of Money in the Bank? He's just become my favourite. Big E wins Money in the Bank. You heard it here first. Yeah, Big E. Big E with the briefcase. I can definitely see that. It's perfect, isn't it? 'Cause it keeps Roman strong. We're getting back on track, says Big E. About time they sent Commander Aziz to the back. Kyle says, na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye to Aziz and especially Baron Corbin. Brackets. Sorry, Austin, John, and Corey. Ha, 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 ha. I added the ha, ha, ha. Days, did you know it's the anniversary of the Benoit tragedy? I did not know that. Here's Sammy backstage. 8 out of 10. It's good so far. We'll see how the rest goes. Corbin is a jobber. This is looking to be a great Money in the Bank ladder match with some great stars. Riddle will be great. A star like Ricochet is destined to be in this match. John will be amazing if I remember seeing him before. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good for Big E winning this now. The universe is a machine that is designed to deliver cosmic justice. Are you not concerned you face Kevin Owens again next week? What? I heard what you said. I just don't understand what you're saying. You're trying to stick it to me. Sammy is great, isn't he? He's getting really worked up. He said, you're not just messing with me, you're messing with karma. You're messing with the cosmos. Who's now? Sonya Deville. Why has she always got rips in her jeans? She's wearing a lovely suit, lovely shirt, lovely tie, and then she's got ripped jeans. Just don't get it. Confusing. Sonya reveals the first competitor for the... What? No qualifying match. What do you mean? I can make the party. I can make the party. Up, then it's 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 up, 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 up. Unlike Corbin's career, which is down and it's 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 down, and so are his stands. Get in your scores. Get in your scores. God, if she's going to announce, she could just announce anyone, couldn't she? That sucks. So the Raw women have got to qualify, granted in a tag match. But the SmackDown women, I mean, what if she says Linda? What if she says herself? What if she says Stephanie McMahon? 5 out of 10 says let him in. 5 out of 10 says Scott. 6.5 says Nathaniel. 0 says Corey K. Baron Corbin Stan. Brony with a 7. Dylan with a 7. Scott with a 5, Harley with a 7, Lone Star Friend with a 7.2, Trade Gaming with a 4, Brad G with a 7, it's French, he says 0, 5 says Jensen, 0 says Austin, 5 says Scott, Jaden said 4, it's just recycled content, Alpha Boys Club TM subscribe says 6, Brendan says 9.32. Devante says 3. Brony says 7. It's Frenchie says 0. No Corbin. Bryant says 6. Dave says 10 out of 10. Corbin quit. Yeah, maybe his name's Quit Corbin now. You know how it was King Corbin. Maybe it's Quit Corbin. Quit Corbin. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, no, he won't have entrance. He's not around, is he? Laurie says 6.75. Alexa Bliss Gamer says 7. Bonkers said 3.7. Black Dino says 4. Austin again says 0. Sam says 8.2. William says 6.8. 3.7. Brony says 7. Legend Killer says 7. Adriana says 8. Stuttering Steves says 6. Harley says... No score, Harley. I'm not reading it. You've not given me a score. Jay says 7. Austin says it is Quit Corbin. So Austin's agreeing that his new name is Quit Corbin. Desmond Gaming Show says 4.5. Sonny says 7 out of 10. I gotta go. Be right back. Phone is messing up. Robin says 6.25. Daniel says 7. Brony says 7. Have you got any Benoit stuff? I haven't. 5 says Smurfy Tunes. Desmond says 4.5. I gave you a score earlier. Yeah, but that was earlier. Things might have changed. Harley says 7. No matter where Corbin goes, he's still boring, Corbin. Oh. Austin says, what the heck? I didn't realise I'd done that. I still stand by it. Right, we've got Adam Pearce. Let's see what Adam Pearce has got to say. Oh my god. Guys, have you noticed that Sonya is about to announce the first woman to be in Money in the Bank at the exact same moment that Sunny had to leave? Our very own Sunny Wolf had to step away because of something to do with her phone. Maybe Sonya's on the phone saying, Sunny, do you want to be in Money in the Bank? Heard it here first. Why are you doing this to me? So, Sammy and Adam Pearce. You play a very dangerous game. With karma. Right, we're going back to the Thunderdome. Money, 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 money. It's my honor to announce. You get to be in the match, and you get to be in the match, and you get to be in the match. Here is Carmella. Sonya is daddy, love her. Carmella, boo. There she is. Dressed as a cow. She's Cowmella. It's Cowmella. Oh, Cowmella. I'm a big fan of Cowmella. OMG, bro. Why can't it be Liv? Because it's Cowmella. Carmella is money again. To be fair, there's only 8 women. Love it. Moo. Yeah, people might not get why we're doing that. It's because she is dressed like a cow. I'm the most beautiful woman in all of WWE. Here's Liv. So people wanted Liv, and she'll probably get chucked in as well now. Declaring yourself as the most beautiful woman automatically gets you an opportunity. I know that I belong in the Money in the Bank. Vape Ross Vape says, keep Carmella away from meet and greets. Nice. This match is for the real stars, says Carmella. Look at me and look at you. Slap by Liv. Sonya says that is a way to make a statement. take on Carmella right here, right now. So we're going to get Liv versus Carmella. Days, what is the best Benoit match in WCW? I don't know, to be honest, because I wasn't really a big WCW fan. Deville. No, what am I doing? It's Liv versus Carmella. Because of her ring attire. Oh my god, Liv is going to beat Carmella and be in Money in the Bank. Yes, take that, Austin. I'm going to stand up for Austin here. I don't really see it in Liv. She doesn't do it for me. I don't think she's really had, like... I don't know. It's, the standum around Liv Morgan kind of confuses me a little bit. I just don't know. I don't know what people see. But let's see how she does. I'm going to make a Carmella diss track. Do it, Jensen. Liv is going to beat Carmella. Why does Carmella get in, but Liv has to prove that she's worthy? Liv should lose to Carmella, says Austin. If they don't pick Liv to be in Money in the Bank, I'm done with WWE, says Black Dino. Liv, please, says Bonkers. Liv for the win, says Wes. People love Liv because they're simps. This is going to cause such drama in the chat right now. Dave said Liv isn't ready for a big push yet. I can see this split in the chat. I can see this split in the chat. I'm not someone that hates Liv, right? So let's get this out there. I don't hate Liv. She's just never done anything for me. Do you know what I mean? I've never. She's just there. She's just there. I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone else that's like that. Someone that's just there. Someone that I don't hate, but I'm not crazy for either. Don't know. Who's just there? Liv is overrated. Let's go, Liv. Liv is better than Elektra Lopez. I mean, literally said no one ever. Said no one ever. Elektra Lopez, incredible. Liv is just there for me. Do you think Simpinord is the leader of all simps? Sure. Sure. Liv has got a great look, that's about it. Liv isn't the best on the mic or in the ring. Liv is overrated. I don't hate Liv, I'm just not a fan. Yeah, I'm that way. I'm that way. Liv is like a version of Mandy Rose. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel the same about Mandy Rose. Don't love Mandy Rose, don't hate Mandy Rose. It's just there. She's alright. Yeah, that's a good comparison. That's a good comparison. She's SmackDown's Mandy Rose. People say Liv is overrated, never wrestled before. Elektra Lopez is overrated, says Robin. She's had one match. And I don't think anyone rates her. Glad to see not so many Liv simps here. Double stomp by Liv. Kick to the midsection. Liv goes down to her knees. Gets kicked in the face. Goes back against the ropes. Labria says, let's go Liv. Taboy said, Liv is underrated. Jaden said, I don't hate Liv. Just don't get the hype around her. I mean, she hasn't done much. It's a tasty one, isn't it, for us to get our teeth into here. Back elbows by Carmella. And again. Oh, I love that one. That last elbow by Carmella was amazing. Bang, bang, bang. And then she waited. Bang! One really vicious one. And Liv just went. Poof, drop down. Whew. Days, I think that the thing, if Liv actually got opportunities and maybe a decent push like when Carmella did, maybe we would see more in Liv. Yeah, maybe. I'm the star, not you. Push in the side of the head. Plants Carmella. Carmella over by the ropes. 1, 2, foot on the rope. I appreciate Liv loves the business, but if she didn't get that hype, then she'd be with... If she didn't get that hype, then she'd be with Bray. I don't think that she'd have as many fans. No one cares about Natalya and Tamina, says Sam. Liv is my hero, says Wes. Liv is getting better, but she is very overrated, says Corey. I think we need someone other than Liv. I'm not impressed with Liv, says Curtis. Elektra Lopez Stan says Elektra Lopez should be in Money in the Bank. Thank you. A bit of backup, finally. Right, roll up by... and she gets it. Liv rolls up Carmella. And, yeah, I mean, they're going with her. Well, they've got to do something with her, haven't they? So, yeah, they're going with her. But it's not that's not a great showing. Truthfully, Liv hasn't had many starts and stops to get really invested in her. Gaming in real time said exams are over. Let's watch some wrestling. Carmelo. But still the most beautiful woman in all of WWE. She's just lost a match. She's just parading around. Right, backstage with Jimmy Uso. Days, Liv beat Carmella. She did. Liv nearly trips up over the step as she gets called the winner. Liv rules now, surely. Introducing the Brooklyn Bombshell, the Carmella Rider, Moo Moo Moo. Right, here we go. Jimmy's on his way out. Down since day one-ish. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe girls find Liv relatable. There was a report saying Liv kept wanting to do better, kept training. Apparently she was in line for a push. I think she is decent. I just ain't seen nothing from her. I mean, even that there, she's won, but what do you take from that? She clearly does it for some people out there, and she's clearly got her fans, so be it. As I said, I'm not bothered. She just doesn't do anything for me, but I don't hate her either. Here I go, trying to get back into a Thunderdome, and they just keep kicking me out, says Heather. Well, that's because of your potty mouth, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're going in there and you're going, F Vince McMahon and all this, and do you know what I mean? You can't go in there, Heather, going, New Japan, New Japan, New Japan. They don't like it. Conan is going to appear on Saturday's AEW Dynamite, says Vape Ross Vape. Robin says Elektra Lopez or Poppy. For what? For what? Smackdown is getting boring. Days, has anything made you think, oh my gosh, this Smackdown is good? No. I like the start with Roman. I mean, I kind of like. Do you know what I mean? I liked the you've got to win the match thing. It's all the Roman stuff. If you took the Roman stuff away, I just think this would be awful. It's not been a good SmackDown outside of the Roman stuff, but that's kind of a recurring theme. All Liv haters just saw Liv win and now they're mad, says Taboy. Jimmy is a heel. Why are the Thunderdome idiots cheering him? I don't want Jimmy to be a heel. Liv is SmackDown. Liv is SmackDown's Nikki before she had wins, says William. For a change so far, Raw has actually been a lot better. You know what? You might be right. I think you are right. I think Raw might be the better show this week. Liv over any women's superstar, says Kyle. Let's go, Jimmy Uso. Days, can you download Chicken Sandwich Eater? I've already done it, mate. I'm up to level 33. I've got to the level where they add mayonnaise. Austin said, I don't want people to think I hate Liv. I'm just not a fan. I think she's improved and works hard. To me, she's just meh. And I haven't been that impressed. I'm right there with you, Austin. You know how you and me always get the same score? I'm right there with you on this one. I don't hate her. I don't rate her. That's the bottom line. Because Wrestling Days said so. I could care who Lesor wins, but it's hard to care about her with this booking. Sonny said, I've been in the Money Bank briefcase for 2 days now. What, you're in the briefcase? Amazing. Days, Linda or Elektra Lopez? I'll go Linda, but maybe Elektra Lopez in like 40 years' time. In 40 years, that's going to be a very difficult decision. I think Liv needs to move back to Raw. She's a bit boring. Oh, I'll tell you what, this is quite the topic, isn't it? Oh. Do you know what I mean? This is one that's going to really split opinions, and we are seeing some very passionate opinions. It's all very respectable so far, though. It's all respectable so far. Here comes Dolph Ziggler. Days, Corbin was the last person to beat Roman. Wow, that's probably why they've got rid of him then. That's probably why they've got rid of him, because they can't have him upsetting Roman with his fluke victory that he got over him. So that's probably why he's left wrestling. Why every woman had to fight to get into the Money in the Bank and Mella didn't? Because Corey Graves is very influential. Shayna Baszler is now looking like a fool with the whole Dalton Alexa thing, says Lisa. Lisa, you and me, I agree. Right there. Just like I'm there with Austin. I'm right there with you as well, Lisa. Days, if you was in WWE, how would you use Liv? Just build her up. Give her some feuds. I kind of feel like she needs a feud. I want to see her on the mic, backstage stuff. Like, they started to do that with her and Lana and a bit of a story. And then it just very quickly, after a couple of... Do you remember she was with Bobby and all this? Very quickly, it all fell apart. She was with Rusev, wasn't she? It was going to be... It seemed to be building towards Lana and Bobby versus Rusev and Liv. And it's like, give her something to get her teeth into. Give her some storyline. She just never had anything. So, I just keep it simple. Give her a feud. Give her some segments. And let's see what she can do. Curtis says, to be honest, Carmella is boring too. True. I'm the biggest Liv fan, says Taboy. Liv is a great prospect. Let her grow on you. Is Sasha returning tonight? I don't think so. William said, I'm happy that Liv won. Austin said it wasn't a fluke. Corbin is just better. Well, one's a wrestler and one isn't anymore, so who do you think's better? If Sonny is in the briefcase, I want in on this match. Oh, Jensen! Jensen! Hey, let me slide into your DMs, baby girl. Woo! If Sonny's in the briefcase, then I want to take that briefcase home. Oh, yeah! Booyah! Jensen, the best flirt. That's what his name should be. Not just Jensen, the best, but Jensen, the best flirt. The little Jensen, the best heartbreaker. Woo! Is it just me or is it getting hot in here? Hey? Right, we are underway. Someone said this is the main event, is it? I don't know, Carl. I don't think so. I can't imagine this is going to go half an hour. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. That doesn't sound creepy at all. Well, Jensen, yeah. Hey, if there's a woman trapped inside that briefcase, then I'm going to take that briefcase home. Yeah. It is a bit weird, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Jensen, the player. J14 says, James Kenny says, hashtag Jensonny. That's what it is. It's not Jensen. It's Jensonny. Oh my God, it's the community couple we never knew we needed, but we need it. Jensonny. Jensonny, the best. Oh my God, guys, when's the Jensonny wedding? That's what I want to know. Oh, it's going to be so emotional because they can carry the briefcase down the aisle, and then when she gets to the end, they can open it and she can spring out in a wedding dress, like a Sunny in a box. Do you know what I mean? She can explode out. It's going to be so emotional. Oh my God, I said I wouldn't cry. Amazing. Bold prediction, if Alexa doesn't win, the winner will open up the briefcase. Lily's going to be inside. Oh my God. Don't predict that, Dave. There's a chance that WWE are watching this. Liv is entertaining and silly with a spook song. Spook song. One half of Jen Sunny, the male half, says this has gone too far. We'll decide that. You don't decide that. We decide that. Days, I think I know what the problem is. I've seen some recent training videos of Liv doing some new moves. I got excited. She keeps getting given 2-minute matches. When was the last time she had a 10-minute match? Days, you're going to officiate it. Oh my God, I could do it. Yeah, I could get my marriage license. Absolutely, and I could. Oh my God, we could live stream it. Oh my God, the Jen Sunny wedding, guys. We could live stream it. Oh, the emotion. It's going to be amazing. We could do it around SummerSlam time. Because do you remember that was Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man, the match made in heaven? That was SummerSlam, so we could have our own. Oh my God, this is amazing. Corey K says, Jen Sunny, you are made for each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sunny says, yes, but which Money in the Bank briefcase am I in? Oh my God, what if it's the wrong one? Jensen is standing there and we open the briefcase and it's just a contract inside. Ugh. And not a bride. Oh, the disappointment. Jensen said, Days has decided my full choice in marriage, apparently. Hey, you're the one that made the move, yeah? I'm sorry, but things move quick in this community. If you're going to flirt with a fellow community member, you will be getting married to them at least 5 minutes later.
Maybe not even that long. We do not wait around in this community. You give us just a little hint of interest in another community member, boom, wedding. That's how we operate. There's not enough time to mess around, guys. There's not enough time. We've got to just move on these things, you know. Days, I've sent you something on Twitter. It's funny. I'll have a look, Daniel, but it better be. There's a lot of pressure on this now, Daniel. You've told me that it's funny. I hope this makes me laugh, Daniel. It's good. It's good. Well done. It's got the UK Chancellor holding up the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's good. You did well, Daniel. You redeemed yourself. A lot of pressure on you there, bud. A lot of pressure. But you came through. Oh, look at this. There's people seemingly really enjoying. Here we go. Sonny said, if you get married to me, you will need to deal with my Timmy's addiction. Yeah, that's a good question. Jensen, have you ever been to Timmy's? Are you aware of Timmy's? Are you aware that you're now going to spend most of your life in Timmy's? Because that's something that Sonny is very interested in. Do you work at Timmy's? Have you ever dreamt of working at Timmy's? Have you ever dreamt of owning a Timmy's? Maybe you could own a Timmy's with Sonny. Please respond. Robin said, Days, where do you see Roman in 5 years? Heel or face? Hopefully heel. I think this is a big, big move, and I think that you've got to commit to it. So, 5 years, heel. I don't like people switching around all the time. Give me what they did with Hogan. Do you know what I mean? With Hogan, he was a face forever, and then he was a heel for a good amount of time. If you don't know what Timmy's is, I want a divorce. Oh my God, I'm not aware of Timmy's. Looks like this marriage is over before it's even begun. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. We can educate you. It is a Starbucks ripoff. I don't think the quality is as good, but it's very Canadian. So they, whenever they give you anything, they apologize. And it's bang average. That's all you need to know, really. But Sonny's a big fan. And, just do a bit of research, Jansen. You don't need to give up on this relationship so quickly. Dolph firing in some shots to Jimmy. Who is Timmy? Is that another man? Rick Boogs versus Rick Grimes. Who wins? Hard to say, innit? Probably Boogs. He's got a guitar. Big Boy Dally said, I gambled 20,000 pancakes and I lost them all. I've got a bad gambling addiction. Jensen says, R.I.P. Jen Sunny. Oh, my God. And Jimmy Uso gets the win. So just as we've got heartbreak in the chat, we've got joy on SmackDown. William says it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Timmy is Tim Hortons. It's a Canadian coffee shop. Jimmy wins. So how long we got? 19 minutes. Austin said, can I bring Baron Corbin with me to the wedding? Sure, I mean, he's not doing anything. He'll appreciate the day out. Miro can be best man. He's got experience of that. I want Alexa Bliss to win Money in the Bank. Of course you do, Alexa Bliss Gamer 0809. Of course you do. Here's Jimmy. Talk to me. It's a little smile on the face of Roman. And he walks away. Paul Heyman's like, he's got this. So Roman's coming out. And he don't. Jimmy's been told not to bother. Kyle said, hey, Sonny, Jensen won't bring you Timmy's, but I will. What? What's going on here? Now Kyle's slipping in. I mean, what? Kyle making his moves, eh? Kyle Martins? We might have Sonny Martins soon. Sonny Martins has got a nice name. Jensen says, I'll make sure to do my homework on Timmy's before having a marriage arranged by Days next time. Well, Jensen, I think you're out, mate. I think you're out. I think there's a new lover in town. Kyle Martins. Sonny says, send help. There's too many men. There's men everywhere, aren't there? There's romance. There's heartbreak. There's Corbin quitting. It is quite the stream, isn't it? It is quite the stream. Roman Reigns making his way down, and we got 17 minutes, and I've got no idea what we're getting here. Probably more talking, which I don't mind. As long as we get somewhere with it. Is it his title celebration? Michael Cole said this is Roman Reigns' world. Starbucks will call the cops and laugh whilst you get whipped by the police. What is happening? Help these poor girls. I wish I could. Hey, listen, Carl's made his move. It's a big play by Kyle. It's a big play. I respect that. Whenever we go on a tangent, it means the show's bad. I have experience of this from the Raw streams. Wow, I don't think the show's been brilliant, in truth. It's been all right. I mean, there's been a bit of a story there, and it's been all right. Let's see what Roman can do. 15 minutes left, and that'll get used with the Roman entrance. What do you think Jake Maverick's going to do now? I have no idea. I said that earlier. Now that Killian Dane's gone, what next for him? I seriously don't know. I mean, if I was him, I'd be worried about all these cuts and whatever, because I think they've got to be running out of ways to use him. I mean, there's not even a 205 live by the looks of it anymore. So, I really don't know. Stanky Mayonnaise, shout out to you. Sami Zayn should be added to Money in the Bank. He's got a nice beard and a nice green hat. Would marry Liv or Super Nikki, says William. What, you would? Maybe he gets fake released again, says Jaden. Sonny, we are abandoning the stream, leaving the carnage behind. Well, all I can say is that I'm not encouraging anything right now. I am trying to protect Sonny and anyone else that's feeling a bit vulnerable right now. But with that being said, it is amazing, isn't it? Two guys just hitting on Sonny. Oh, we've got weddings everywhere. Kyle said, Sonny, what do you want from Timmy's? Eye emoji, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. Woo! What do you want from Timmy's? Yeah! Hardcore flirting going on. Corey K said, is the wedding at Timmy's? I'm going to be there. Probably. I would imagine so. It's going to be quite the spread. Quite the spread. Why is Dynamite tomorrow? Because of the wedding news. That's why tomorrow, because they can't compete with this. Jay said, it's getting hot in here. James said, this is creepy and cringe. Good. We've hit our usual levels. That's just a normal stream, innit? Diego said, the heat is on. Jensen, whoa, Jensen says no. That's it. Never again am I flirting with a girl in Daisy's stream. It ends in carnage. Oh, Jensen, you're the one that said that you didn't know what Timmy's was. You're the one that said R.I.P. Jen Sunny. You can't throw them messages out there and expect a young lady to stick around. She's moved on. She's moved on. Someone else has come in and gone, all right, this is life. This is a big life lesson for all of you. This is a massive life lesson. If you like it, then you've got to put a ring on it. Right? We've learnt this. We've learnt this. These aren't just random words that get thrown out there. These are life lessons handed down to us by Beyonce. Yeah? That we can carry forward in our lives. So I'm sorry, Jensen, that you have not taken those words to heart. And you made the first move. You did fantastically well. And then you gave up. You got, I think it got a bit too hot in the kitchen, didn't it? It got a little bit too hot in the kitchen. You've walked away, and Kyle, and I don't even know what that was. Constantly keep doing it really doesn't help. But, do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you've got to look in that mirror. You've got to look in that mirror. Right, we're back from commercial break right now. Can I tell you that we have hit our all-time high right now of viewers? People are like, Beyonce, what? Right, here we go. Final 10 minutes. Who's going to interrupt? Who's going to come down? Who's going to be Roman's next challenger? It's probably going to be Jensen, who's going to get halfway down the ramp and then give up. That's probably what's going to happen. Jensen will make his way down and go, no, actually, no. Jensen said it definitely got a bit too hot. I took one step out the door and Kyle was in as fast as possible. Got to watch your back, man. You got to watch your back. Raphael, shout out to you. Appreciate the support. Daisonce. Absolutely. What if it turns out I am Beyonce? I'm actually the person that's been writing all of her songs. She's just a woman that's got a lovely voice, and that is it. But all of her words, they've come from me. I am currently taking full credit for Beyonce's career. That is exactly what's happening there, yes. You should actually be famous, says Cliff. Well, that hurts, doesn't it? That hurts. Beyonce is a queen, says Let Him In. It's hard out here for a simp. Simping ain't easy. Simping ain't easy. They're piping in Roman sucks chants. Suck. Here's something that sucks. The Fiend got frightened. Oh, he's going through the list. When he started mentioning The Fiend, I was like, what? The Fiend got frightened. Ah. You know how he had the Beast Slayer? Maybe Roman could be the Fiend Frightener. The Fiend Frightener, Roman Reigns. Don't respect the Fiend. Well, Paul Heyman, who only speaks the truth, just said that the Fiend was frightened of Roman. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. This has been a bad show for you, Austin, hasn't it? You found out that the Fiend was frightened of Roman and that Baron Corbin's leaving wrestling. And Liv Morgan won and you hate her. Strowman will be back one day. We've got no other choice. There's no one left. There's no one left. What's he meant to do? There's no one left. He's already fighting the Fiend. The Fiend's already scuttled off. Here comes Keith Lee. Otis. It's going to be Edge. It is Edge. It is Edge. I've already dealt with him, though. It's him. He's here. Edge returns. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. It's been a couple of months. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be all right. Edge Roman one-on-one. Roman goes out the ring. Clothesline by Edge. Roman getting smashed face first into the table. Hey, this is really good. I mean, I do really like this. Holy hell. Iconoclast. That's what it says on his shirt. I'm down for this fight, says Dave. Great ending. Yeah, good. Do you agree that we have had a great conversation with each other and you've got to know me a bit better? Sure. I think I've got to know everyone a bit better that we interact with. Days, it's Edge. It is Edge. For a brief second, I thought it was Finn. Edge looks jacked. Superman punch, spear. Edge went over the edge. Well, he's got Roman down. And he's got the chair underneath Roman. Is he going to go for a concerto? So he's got the one chair down and he's going to smash Roman with the other one. But Jimmy's come down. Jimmy's unloading on Edge. Wow, I mean, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a really good build. Looking forward to next week's show to hear from Edge. We haven't seen Edge for a couple of months. Big spear by Edge, and Jimmy goes through the barricade. He's got a hearty beard, hasn't he, Edge? Roman's made his way up the entrance ramp. The Rated R Superstar. He's on the entrance ramp. Why are you shouting at him? He's on the entrance ramp. If you want me, I'm right. He's on the entrance. We literally just saw Roman on the entrance ramp. And Edge jumps in the ring. He's like, where are you? He's there. He's right there. Just do 45-degree turn. Where are you, Roman? Where are you? He's there. I'm sure the adrenaline's pumping or whatever, but calm down. Edge is going to beat Roman for the Universal Championship. Edge is going to beat Roman. I don't think he is, but I suppose he could, but I don't think so. Ring the pot. That was weird. He went blind for a second. He was supposed to be there earlier. Don't know. Perhaps Roman was meant to just not wait on the entrance ramp. Perhaps Roman was meant to just leave. I don't know. It's not the biggest thing in the world. Just looked a bit weird. That was awesome, says Airflow Games. Edge is not beating Roman, says Brony. Edge is back, says Harry Richards. I'm going to give 7. It's a huge OMG moment, says Jaden. Days, I really wanted it to be Seth, but it's Edge. I wanted Corbin, not stupid Edge. Said Corey K. Baron Corbin stan. 7, 9, 7, 1. 7.5. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Edge. I wasn't expecting it to be Edge. I mean, I must admit, I'm not losing my mind because I sort of expected Edge to come back at some point, and we only saw him a couple of months ago. So maybe if we hadn't seen Edge since like last year and we didn't think he was coming back and it was like completely out of the blue and it had been a long, long time, then that'd be something different. But it's still great. Don't get me wrong. I still really like it. But, yeah, I'll take that over Dominic Mysterio. Here was me going, oh, I hope it's not Dominic. This would be atrocious if it's Dominic. It'll be the worst Universal match ever if it's Dominic. And no, it's Edge. So, that's good. Edge is duplicated Daisy's beard. Edge has been away filming Vikings, says Jeremy. 8.5 says Cavi. They're building towards Edge versus Rollins at SummerSlam. Yeah, true. Why in Edge's theme song does it say, on this day I see clearly when he clearly can't? Brony says 7. Legend Killer says 7. Robin says 6.5. Bakir says Roman will destroy Edge at Money in the Bank. Edge is duplicating my beard. 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Corey says 0 for the Corbin stuff. 8 out of 10 says Ant. 7 out of 10 says Ricky. 6.75 says Anna. 6.5 says 1987. Big fan. Isman says 7. Kyle says 7.5. 10 out of 10 for Liv's win, Edge's return, and King Nakamura. McLean, shout out to you. Michelle said the beard must have gotten in the way. Michelle, shout out to you. Sonny says 7. Saeed says 7. Eli Baker says, can I get a whisper out? Eli Baker, whisper to you. I threw in some kisses. Sonny said, I'm going to take Anna and other mother on a date. Tim is, well, you're all over the place, mate. You're just a serial dater. You're like Triple T. Dave said 7. Help me, I need Dr. B said 6. Days, what's the highest stream average score? Are we all just pessimists? Have we ever averaged an 8 or higher? I don't know. I can't remember the last time WWE gave us a show that was 8 or higher, to be honest. Yeah, I'm sure we have. It might be worth going back to SummerSlam. I remember SummerSlam being very high. SummerSlam last year, people really loved it. It's one of those now where it's kind of, we're so far past it, and there's been so much other stuff that I don't know that people would really remember how good SummerSlam was, but it was a really good show. A lot of really good matches. So, and the return of Roman, of course, that's when Roman came back. So, yeah, I'd say SummerSlam would probably stand a good chance of having quite a high average. Maybe the Rumble as well. People love the Rumble. I'm going to say this is about a 7, to be honest. I kind of feel like this show was a bit, by and large. There wasn't really much that was grabbing me, and it was fine, but I think Edge coming back was great. We've had a lot of 7s in the chat. Edge coming back's it's a big moment, but honestly, I'd probably be at a 6. If Edge didn't come back, I'd probably be at a 6, so Edge really pushes that score up, to be honest. Michelle said they're running back Mania at Money in the Bank. Edge, Roman, Seth. That is true. There is a lot of rematches that we are seeing. So that is very, very true. Sonny, shout out to you. Edward said, Days, I give it 10 out of 10. Please read this. It's him, the rated R superstar. I can see clearly. Jim said, Edge can't be filming Vikings. It ended in 2020. Swerve. Days, look at this. In April, Roman beat Edge and Bryan. In May, Roman retired Bryan. In June, Roman beats Ray. In July, Roman beats Edge again. And in August, Roman beats Cena. Is Roman the new legend killer? We'll leave that out there for people to decide. Vape Ross Vape said, Roman's story is so good, but the rest of WWE is so brutally bad. Desmond said 7 out of 10, same score. Desmond, you and me, mate, right there. Let Him In says 7 is fair. Bonkers says 6.4. I mean, if you're a bit higher than that, or even a bit below that, fair play. Alexa Bliss Gamer 0809 gives it an 8. Brendan says 9.25 out of 10. Taboy with a 7 as well. SummerSlam or Money in the Bank? I would go SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam's going to be huge this year. Brony says, great stream. Bye and bye to the chat. Brony, shout out to you. Taboy said 7 out of 10. Liv will be in Money in the Bank and Edge is back. Daisy's Corbin really gone from WWE? Well, we're waiting for confirmation, but it certainly seemed that way. The way that he spoke and the way his voice was kind of breaking and the emotion in there. And he just really looked like a broken man. It looked like he didn't know there was a way forward. And he looked to me like a man that knew that his wrestling career was over. So, has he gone? We can't say 100%. It's not been confirmed. But I think if you're a Baron Corbin stan, it's a dark day. A dark, dark day. I bet you didn't know this. I live on Mars, says James Kenny. I didn't know that. William gives it a 7.8. Jensen, the heartbroken best, gives it 6.5. Lee gives it 6.25. Smurfy Tunes gives it a 7. Robert with a 10. Big Boy Dally, shout out to you. Days, where's Ray and Dominic? They're in hospital because they got thrown outside the ring by the tribal chief. Carl says goodbye to everyone. Michelle said, Days, if they do the Money in the Bank matches, who wins? What do you mean, buddy? Do you mean Edge Roman? I would say Roman. I think that it'll cheat. Something will happen. Someone will get involved. Maybe Edge wins by count out. Either way, Roman leaves with the belts. If we do, Seth and Cesaro again? Probably Cesaro to finish the feud. Bayley and Bianca? Probably Bayley. Probably Bianca to finish the feud. So I think it'd be along those lines. Retribution said it's a 6 for me, and that's only for the final segment. I think that's fair. I mean, I do think that the first match was all right. I mean, it didn't mean anything. It was all right. I like the fact that Apollo Big E was. I mean, I didn't think it was a great match, but I appreciate the fact that it had a stipulation. I think the Roman stuff all throughout tonight has been great. Lot of talking. Probably the wrestling has underwhelmed a little, in all fairness. I mean, I would want to probably go lower than higher. I think Edge coming back was huge, and I've really pushed the score up because of that. So I would go lower than higher. Days, I'm confused. They teased Seth Roman heavily when apparently we won't be getting that at SummerSlam. Clearly not Money in the Bank. I just think there's lots of little moments and teases, and it's all just generated. It's all done, designed to get you talking. So you can't really believe anything until you see it. But there's lots of little, mentions of things, and on social media as well, and plus plans change and whatnot. So I wouldn't really read too much into it until you actually see it with your own eyes. Michelle says, imagine Randy versus Bobby versus Drew versus AJ versus Matt versus me. So you want to be in that match, Michelle? Interesting. I'm sure quite a few ladies would like to be in that match. Legend Killer said, Days, I'm looking forward to Roman Edge. Absolutely. Yep. Sign me up. WWE has reportedly released Tino Sabatelli, says Brendan. Days, do you think Ray and Dominic will come back soon? Yeah, sure. Jensen, the heartbroken best. Good night, my friend. Reflect on, how to deal with the heat next time. Yeah. Kyle's going as well. Good night, everyone. Player Martins is officially out. Liv is more lovely than 101 Dalmatians Mella, says William. Couple more minutes and then we'll say our goodbyes as well. Edge is exactly what SmackDown needed, says David. James said, what is your favourite WWE fruit? Well, I'm a fan of Orange Cassidy. And I think that Elektra Lopez has got a lovely pair. I don't know. I'll have to give it some thought. Trey says, good night. Good night. Hayden, good night. London Morgan, good night. Everyone's saying good night now. Will you be streaming tonight at 3 after UFC? I don't think so, but I would like to do it. But we've got like AEW and everything going on, and plus also by that point we would have been streaming for ever. Tomorrow's just like we're doing one stream. We've got 2 soccer games. We've got 2 UFC. We've got AEW. It's just crazy tomorrow. Eddie said, do you think Corbin is going to Raw or NXT? I think he's going the Job Centre. Sneevegus TV said, I love how Edge is blind. Roman was on the ramp and Edge is screaming, where are you, Roman? He was blind with rage. I hope Corbin brings back the Lone Wolf gimmick. No, he's just going forever. God of War says good night. Harley said, Days, after the ending, I think they should change the lyrics on this day. I can kind of see clearly. Major said, SmackDown is over. It's 3 a.m. Wait, did the times change? It's always 3 a.m. when SmackDown... Well, not always, but usually when here in the UK. Good morning, Rajesh in India. Shout out to you. Did you see that we're getting Volta versus Elia too? I didn't know the match had been made official, but is that it? Is that going to be the moment that he loses the belt? Volta versus Ilya Dragunov 2. Sign me up, man. I am watching that live. We are doing a watch along for that. Volta versus Ilya Dragunov 2 might be where Volta loses the belt. Jim said, bad news, the Twilight Saga is coming to Netflix. You are welcome for the warning. The Wales game is at 2 a.m. for me. It's going to be good. Shark says, I'm a new viewer. This is my first stream. I had a good time. Well, Shark DPR, shout out to you. Michelle says, who knew losing at Mania makes you lose your eyesight? That's true. Perhaps that's why he's been away for so long. Perhaps his eyesight's just completely gone. Shot. Good point. Hasib said, who do you think wins Money in the Bank? Big E. Big E. Heather says, lol, a Volta watch along. Really? Totally. Love Volta. Definitely want to see that match. First one was an absolute classic. Absolutely brilliant. And this second one might be where he loses the belt. Harley said they're really treating Seth versus Roman like a huge deal. They never did this with any of the other opponents. They even teased it backstage at Backlash. Maybe we get it at the Rumble. Are you doing Euros tomorrow? We are. Well, we're doing the first match, and then we'll go straight into UFC, and we'll keep an eye on the second match. So we will watch both, but we are watching UFC as well. Rajesh, shout out to you. Who is your favourite wrestler? I really like Volta in NXT UK. When it comes to the main roster, probably Roman Reigns. James said, can you download a game? It's called AEW Orchestral Chaos. They just fixed the cello bug. I love it. Hasib said, when is Volta versus Dragunov 2? I don't know. I don't know when it's booked for. When's it booked for, friends? Can someone tell me when is the match? When is the match? Princess Lady says Smackdown was awesome. Love Volta, says Saeed. Are you doing AEW tomorrow? We are going to try, yes. I think it starts just as UFC finishes, so yeah, we will try and watch that. The stream will probably be set up for UFC though, so if you are watching it and we're live, then don't be surprised if it's UFC, because I'm already gonna have to change it from the Euros to UFC. I really don't want to have to change it to AEW. Plus, also we know AEW are a bit funny about that, so it's probably better I don't. Cool shirt. It is a cool shirt, isn't it? This Warrior one. I never wear it because of the green screen, but I do. I really like it. Shakeem, shout out to you. I've never watched NXT UK. Is it good? Yeah, can be. After AEW is done, we're going to bed. There is no AEW tonight, but it is on tomorrow. There's what would Walter do when he loses? He'll cry. I think we've done it all. I think we've boxed it all off. Right, wow, look, Edge is back. Very exciting. Edge is back. It was a great way to end the show. I thought the show was all right. Maybe a little bit underwhelming, but Edge coming back really, was a big moment. So, yeah, a lot of excitement, and, it's going to really add some interest to Money in the Bank as well. So, cool, really cool. Bit of star power, much needed. So, I wanted WrestleMania to be the one-on-one match. We're finally going to get it now. So, yeah, sign me up. I'm very excited for it. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Congratulations to everyone that got married during the stream. Really appreciate the support as always. We are back tomorrow for a massive stream. UFC, couple of football games, as we said, AEW knocking around. There's so much going on. So, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But if not, have a great weekend. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.